person. But just when I found that out yesterday, I was nervous. I'm like, man, I know you go up and bang it all up. You know, I know you're going to go out and take it easy with it, but it's so beautiful. It just looks amazing.
No, it's nice. It's really nice. So it's yeah. I mean, everything that came together for NORA, bringing the strap trailer down, which Wayne Smetsky owns,
yep,
along with the four-wheeler Jeep that we built back in the day, and you got Todd Zucker, Andrew Norton. They all have a piece of.
We got turned off there.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Okay, there you go. Go back on. Get back on. Say check.
Okay.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah,
live entertainment.
Okay.
Technical difficulties. Live entertainment.
But just driving here and coming to see the trailer and seeing all the cars start to flow in front of it brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. So now, are you going to be in the vehicle this weekend?
I'm here. If they say you want to go, I'll go. If not, it's no big deal. Just being here, watching it run again is enough for me, really.
Sure, excellent.
So, and we were fortunate to have it at Fabulous Fords, where I was a judge last week, and it was a big hit there as well.
Sure. Excellent. Well, everyone, we're going to be talking to you as the race goes on at the finish lines. You'll be going down no matter what.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay, excellent. So I'd love to talk to you more. I'm sure there's a lot more that we haven't even touched on.
Okay.
We talk about this, and the stories are great, and I love them. I'm sure the people at home enjoy them as well. But I really much appreciate you being here, Willie.
Not a problem.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's really exciting stuff. You know, you guys are motorsports royalty. Your family and PJ's family and stuff, and having you guys here, it's really exciting for me, and I'm sure it is for everyone else watching as well.
Well, it's also an honor that you elected me to be co-grand marshal, so yeah. I really appreciate that.
Excellent.
So,
all right, guys.
Okay.
Hey, Willie's drop right here, folks. We're going to talk more as the weekend rolls on, and so that being said, we're going to move on. We're going to bring Kevin Johnson back in again.
Thank you, Willie.
Oh, you bet.
That was great, man. I tell you what, Sean, what a wealth of knowledge there with those some of those questions and those answers. The stories alone, that was fantastic.
Really impressive.
Great job.
Really impressive.
Yeah.
So that being said, he was telling me some things that a lot of things that I was not aware of, and which was very cool, with Ford pulling out at Pikes Peak, and then them saying, hey, what the heck with it? We're going to figure this out on our own. Building Big Ole, and then Ford being like, oh, you know what? Correction, we do want to be on board. And then going out and winning so many races. Really impressive stuff.
You know what I also find interesting, Sean, and you're a good person to talk about this. You've done so many different types of motorsports throughout the world,
Yep.
And they all are semi-related. They come together, and especially in an event like this.
Well, it's funny that you say it, because just now Willie's talking about how Parnelli Jones, when I first got going and everything and kind of teaming up, Parnelli Jones, he had mentioned, Willie just mentioned that Parnelli had won the USAC championship. With the USAC championship, that's the United States Auto Club, and that would be the Silver Crown of Sprint. And USAC goes back well into the early 60s. They used to be the sanctioning body for the Indianapolis 500, the entire IndyCar series. Still to this day, still own, operate, and run the Silver Crown. Things. USAC is a sanctioning body. They've been around for a long time. Not involved with racing in Baja. They did, however, sanction Mike's Peak many years ago. But to have Willie bring that up, I'm like, oh, USAC. I work for USAC all the time, year-round, with all kinds of different motorsports. I did not expect to hear that name down here.
Right.
But you're right, it's a small world.
Yeah, it just comes around like that. It's fantastic because it's a like mindset, and then be down here and especially with a NORA, to have the fun that NORA is. It's funny, if you guys at home, Sean and I have talked about this. A lot of people here, it's just going to be fun, and then you see, but there's still standings, there's still a race, I'm like, oh, we're just here. Then day 3, they see the leaderboard, they're like, oh, we could podium.
Yeah, right.
And then it's like 3, 4, and 5, it's like, it's going.
Yeah, that's it's just, everyone's having a good time. If you're not having a good time here, there's something wrong with you.
Right.
But it's funny, excuse me. Yesterday I was talking to some of the competitors for the team that are driving Bob Gordon's old car, which is also the legacy of Bob Gordon in that vehicle. And as we're chatting, I'm like, we're talking about the difference between this and some other races. I'm like, and I told him, I said, in my opinion, I said, that this one is a lot more fun. And he goes, it is unless you're us, and then you ruin the fun because you want to win so bad. I'm like, I get it.
That happens.
Well, the thing is, though, you got to understand, that's not just anyone. That's Ryan Arciero and his father, and Max Gordon, Bob Gordon's grandson, who is only, I think, 15, and he's a wheelman. So I'm talking about how much fun NORA is. And he's like, Sean, it is a lot of fun until you're us, and we just ruin it. Because we want to win.
And then with that, with the legacy and history of some of the names involved in this race, rally, and the cars, the Cheneth cars, all the different other buggies and the trucks and trophy truck, trick truck, whatever you want to call them. We got all those, the class ones, then the old school class ones compared to the newer unlimiteds. It's just crazy. The difference.
What it is? It's kind of funny too. Is that you got like I just mentioned, Max Gordon. He's one of our youngest competitors here, and going to be funny. He's going to be one of our fastest as well. But then you get some of these guys that I've been watching on TV since I was a child. For well over 40 years, I've been watching these guys, and it's kind of like if you went to South Point Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, and you went to the off-road awards banquet, right? And you're seeing who's being inducted in the Off-Road Hall of Fame and all this stuff, who's already been inducted, and that's a really amazing night at South Point Hotel and Casino. But then the majority of those guys come down and race here. They're already in the Hall of Fame. They were someone special 40 years ago, and they're still down here racing, which is great. So you get
in their heart.
It is. Yeah. You get from the guys that have been there, done that, and the only reason they're here is for the love of it. They don't need to win another race. They don't need to compete. They don't need to prove a darn thing. Right. But they're here to have fun.
80-year-old gentlemen are in the race working, and the ladies as well. And then you also have the young kids like the Joiners and the Max Gordons and stuff. And it's just seeing the new generation come in, we got the McMillans here, we got Wayne and Kristen Matlock here. Oh, I would be remiss not to mention the UTV classes. Holy smokes, there's a ton of those. And the way they have grown over the years. And now I think I don't know how many different classes UTVs there are now, but there's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have, we got a modified turbo, we've got stock turbo, we got modified naturally aspirated, we got bone stock naturally aspirated, and everywhere in stock travel. There's a lot of different options out there, and then mention as well a lot of options to come out and race very affordably as well. Or if you want to spend all the money in the world, you can come do that too.
And then we got all that, and then we have if you guys were with us yesterday, we saw Mr. Dennis Hollenbach in his Class 11 bug. The Buchito.
That's I tell you what, and Dennis, I'm not knocking you, man, but just like me and Kevin, we're not young men, and I don't know how your back takes that for that long.
Just get beat up.
Just literally in a basically a stock Volkswagen Beetle, stock suspension, stock tire. He says we do a little bit to maybe get an extra inch here. I don't think it can have more than 5 inches of travel.
But they get that extra inch.
Yeah, get that extra inch. Yeah, good. But I don't know how they do it, man.
Yeah, it's insane, and that's the beauty of NORA. And we've heard in the past, bring what you rung, or bring what you bring. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So whatever, they can open it with anything. They'll make a class for it.
Yeah.
And we have 3-wheelers. We got Vespas.
Yeah. We got Vespas. Which is hilarious. I haven't seen one come through yet. I'm excited to see it.
Today should be the day.
I'm gonna say right off the bat, without looking at it, I don't think that I would want that to be me. I mean, I ride bikes and stuff all the time, but I don't know if I'm gonna pick my 2-wheel pleasure to ride down through Baja if Vespa's gonna be on my list. But when we see one, who knows? I've been surprised before with other vehicles. We'll see what happens.
It's like the Vespas would be like the Class 11s of bikes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And the thing is too, we were talking about some of the most competitive people out here. We've had teams come through before with surfboards strapped on, with families. So those are some people that are actually in kind of competitive classes, but they're like, we're going to run really hard until we don't want to.
Right.
And then we're
And I think
right.
it really has to have a working fridge, I believe, is the thing for that category.
That's funny. Is that true?
Yeah, it's got to have a working fridge. So
that's great.
Yeah.
So a lot of great stuff going on here. And
before we go back to studio here, I want to ask you something, Sean,
yes.
because I'm going to use the word expert, but when it comes to three-wheelers, I know you're a big avid three-wheeler person. What do you think's in store in this race for Lyle Tonelli on that three-wheeler?
Well, he's made some upgrades and things to it, and without getting extremely technical, because I can, he went from, he's got a 1986 Honda ACC 250R, and it's not poured and polished. He's got a long rod kit in it. That's going to help a little bit, but he also, on a stock three-wheeler, it's a 19.25-inch swing arm in length. He went to 2 inches longer on there, so he's going to be 22.25 inch. That makes a big difference as far as keeping the front end down. It'll help reduce bump steer a little bit. That's going to help him as well. He put some flex bars on. All in all, though, I mean, the biggest thing is, a steering stabilizer would be amazing. Problem is they don't make them for a three-wheeler because there's nowhere to mount it.
Oh, yeah.
But all in all, for him, it's a matter of he's just got to calm down. It's not like it was where it's not 1985 or 86 anymore where there's 600 of them competing. He's just got to get through the race and be mellow.
And don't do it on day one. It's 5
don't
days.
do it on day one. And his co-rider doesn't need to flip it over backwards on the starting line. Not like it ever happened in 2019.
Although it was entertaining. So, yeah.
But all in all, for him, I mean, it's an absolute handful. And I've got one at home, the same model, and it's so much fun to ride. But I don't know if I want to ride 1,000 miles on it.
Well, yeah, of course. It's just crazy in my head. Like I could never do that. But also, this is Baja, and there's not many trails everywhere. There's only a few. Now we're going to San Felipe, and just a month ago, Score around there, San Felipe 250, with trophy trucks flying through, and there's ruts. Big, thick rut. So how that three-wheeler, they can't, that front wheel gets in that rut. What's going to happen?
Yeah, he's got two choices, and I think he's going to have to go with choice B because I don't know how clamped out the suspension is on that. I don't know what they have for extra parts with swing arms and all that stuff. So his two choices: either hold that thing on and lock his legs in and go until it ends, and you can't lift, you can't get off the gas, or you're done. Or just say, like, hey, man, I'm going to lose a lot of time here, and I'm just going to go slow.
Yeah, that's a tough decision.
That's a tough decision. If you're sitting here and you've got yourself a couple box fans that are following you down here, and you've got extra axles with you and bearing carriers and all that different stuff that you're going to blow out going through those hoops, well, maybe it's worth taking a chance. But otherwise, I think he just needs to stay calm, man. Stay calm, stay cool.
Yeah, I tell you what, and this YOKOHAMA Norra Mexican 1000 is just fantastic, and great sponsors in this whole event. We got great sponsors all the way around.
Sponsors too. It's the YOKOHAMA Norra Mexican 1000, brought to you by Method Race Wheels. They're lighter, they're stronger, they're faster. But also South Point Casino, Bilstein right here, and Tech Inspection. Steal it for sure. They've been involved for a couple of years now. McMillan Racing. McMillan actually is in charge of everything that's happening in Loretto.
Yeah, they jumped in big
down there, which is going to be an awesome time. Loretto's a wonderful little city to be in. I shouldn't city, a little town.
It's really nice, though.
Yeah, it's going to be down there, beautiful. Yeah. And so McMillan's going to be part of that. Fab School's involved, Champa involved, Jimmy Lewis, Horsepower Ranch, Optima Batteries, K&N, PCI Radios.
So many people are getting on board. It's fantastic. Yeah. Well, guys, we're going to break up. Yeah, some of the big hitters are coming through, so stick with us, and we'll be back right after this.
Palapa Boy racing about 28 or 29 years ago. Every year I would redo my Palapa in the backyard. And people that don't know, Palapa is the thatched roof from Baja, Mexico and Hawaii. And every year I would redo my Palapa in my backyard. And my buddy Tony Hensley said, "What, do you think you're some sort of Palapa boy?" I'm a truck hoarder by nature. I have quite a few old vintage trucks, and this truck was gonna beat Ivan and change the world in off-road racing. Well, it used to be all-wheel drive. Bill Savage and T-Mag built it, and it was just way ahead of its time. It had so many moving parts, and it was too trick. This is the truck that BFG designed the 37-inch tire around. 30 years ago, this is its 30th anniversary, and this is the Nissan truck that was gonna change off-road racing. In my opinion, they rushed it, did a little too much, a little too early. It had 3 CV joints per wheel in the front. With the all-wheel drive, it had 4 or 5 CV joints coming from the rear end to the front end. There was too many parts. Sly has been the motor builder forever, and he's the one that built the motor back then, and he's the one that did the motor for me. He owned it for a couple of years. I bought it so that I could have Spencer Lowe drive it and go for the overall of NORA. Since then, he's passed away, and you know, it's pretty much, this is for Spencer. So we're gonna give it hell. Steel It's been in our family since the day one of Steel It. We've used Steel It exclusively. Our chassis and our suspension components are 100% Steel It. The powder coating's great. Steel It is way above. To be able to use Steel It, and when you get back, wipe it down, and if it's torn up a little bit, you can spray a little bit over the top of it. Or if you have serious damage, a little bit of sandblasting in the sandblast cabinet, crack checking it, spray a little Steel It over the top, and it is better than new. This is a 30-year-old truck, and you can't tell that it's 30 years old. Steel It's the way to go. We try to do a new truck every year, or until we win. In the Palapa Boy family, now we have 16 vintage trucks, everything from Ivan Stewart's original Toyota. We have so many great vintage vehicles. To take these old vintage vehicles and be able to showcase them with the workmanship, to cover them up with powder coating and liquid paint, to me isn't right. You gotta show the metal. Steel It shows the metal. And it's so easy to clean.
Thank you very much for staying with us. Follow us and like and subscribe our Facebook NORA fan page and our YouTube channel, because we get all the news, all the sponsors, all the interviews, the best edition, and the best moments mile to mile to the happiest race on earth.
Yeah, for sure, Genesis is going to be the second day from the Contingency Road, and tomorrow start the race in the Boulevard Costero, 6 o'clock in the morning from the bikes, 7 o'clock for the Safari Expedition class, and 9:30 for the truck, the big truck, the trophy truck, the class 1, and also cars like the class 11, who is going to be driven by Salfish, the godfather from the off-road, the last owner from the Score International Company, and now racing the Norra Mexican 1000, Genesis.
Es bastante importante que estén al pendiente de los horarios. Las motos van a salir a las 6 de la mañana. Los safaris van a salir a las 7 de la mañana y los carros los vamos a encontrar a partir de las 9:30 de la mañana. Les vamos a pedir que se mantengan conectados, y en esta ocasión vamos a tener a Salfish, al que conocemos como el padrino del off-road en toda Baja California y en toda la historia de las carreras. Y la verdad estamos muy emocionados porque va a conducir un clase 11, ¿me mencionas?
Sí, es un bocho hecho en 1970, corre con varios amigos como Lehman Cheddar, y pues mucha gente piensa que no ha corrido. Estamos viendo aquí esta toma de estos carros clásicos que están en exhibición por varias horas, no se van a mover, Genesis, pueden ir. Hay carros como el que estamos viendo, Mayor's Mans, que fue idéntico al que ganó la primera Mexican 1000 en 1967 con Big Wilson y Ted Mangels, y ahí está, pues listo para vivir esta emoción. Y aparte la gente se puede tomar fotos. Estamos viendo ya a Lo Galván, Jerry González, parte del staff de NORA, entrevistando a Mark Post del equipo Riviera Racing, que está. Ese Trophy Truck anteriormente le perteneció a Robbie Gordon, fue un carro fabricado en los 90s y ahora es propiedad de Mark Post y va a ser de los favoritos para ganar el overall en esta carrera.
Tenemos una persona que es muy importante porque va a dar el banderazo de salida, o como también ustedes lo llaman.
El gran mariscal, el Great Marshal, que en esta ocasión, Genesis, va a ser interesante. No va a ser una persona en sí, sino que le están dando, y estamos viendo ya a Salfish, que está platicando con alguien, posiblemente de la compañía Tisco Racing, y es muy importante indicar, no va a ser una persona como tal el honor de este cargo, sino el Big Oli Bronco, el carro con el récord de menor tiempo posible en una baja 1000 de entre Ensenada a La Paz.
Ay, eso es padrísimo porque vamos a poder ver muchísimas opciones de carros, vamos a ver diferentes modelos, desde los más nuevos hasta algunas versiones un poquito más antiguas. Este es el momento para tomarte la selfie, para tomarte la foto del recuerdo, para llegar a la lona del recuerdo, precisamente porque estamos celebrando más de una década de la carrera NORA. Una carrera por diversión, una carrera desde el corazón y una carrera para la familia. Muchísimas gracias a todos nuestros patrocinadores, a Yokohama Tires, Method Radius Wheels, Bilstein y todos los que vamos a ver en este cuadrito que está en la parte inferior que hacen posible cada una de estas ediciones de NORA. Muchísimas gracias por estar al pendiente y por hacer esto posible.
Así es, pues estamos viendo ya a Mark Post con Brett Bowman, que es su copiloto. Es un copiloto con mucha experiencia de Estados Unidos. Y Mark Post va a hacer equipo con Ed Herd de los Terribles Herds y con Jesse Jones. Así que un tridente ofensivo tipo fútbol de lujo. Pero ahora aquí detrás del volante se van a dividir la ruta, seguramente son cerca de 1000 millas, cada quien creo que le va a tocar unas 400, 350 millas, a lo largo de los 5 días de competencia entre Ensenada, lo que es San Felipe, Valle de Los Ángeles, Loreto, La Paz y San José del Cabo. Esto en el caso de los carros, en el caso de las motos Genesis, van a llegar a Guerrero Negro en el segundo día de competencia, van a salir de San Felipe hacia Guerrero Negro. ¿Por qué se hace esto? Ya que Valle de Los Ángeles es un pueblo pesquero hermoso, pero tratan de separar un poco las rutas para que los carros no alcancen a las motos y pueda haber un incidente. Ya al tercer día van a salir las motos de Guerrero Negro hacia Loreto y los carros de Bahía de Los Ángeles a Loreto. Van a poder estar checando con nosotros el mapa oficial. También pueden ir a la página oficial de NORA y ver la lista de inscritos, ver el mapa, ver los horarios de arranque.
Y los números de cada uno de los corredores, porque en ocasiones sabemos los nombres, sabemos quién es el que va a correr, pero no alcanzamos a identificar, a excepción de aquellos que son fanáticos desde hace varios años, que identifican perfectamente el vehículo con el conductor, pero para aquellos que vamos iniciando, precisamente, que nos está apasionando esto de las carreras off-road, el poder identificar la historia de cada uno de los pilotos, una de las ventajas de la página de NORA es precisamente esa pequeña ficha técnica que nos ayuda a conocer un poquito más de quién está conduciendo cada uno de los vehículos.
Así es, Genesis, y lo más importante, pueden ir hoy a la revisión mecánica, se acaba a las 6 de la tarde en la avenida Club Rotario y es totalmente gratuito. Ayer vimos a muchos niños y hoy en el Día del Niño, festejándolos, así que papás, mamás, lleven a sus hijos, lleven también a los abuelitos, a los nietos y pueden convivir con ellos y disfrutar. Así que vamos a ver ahorita en unos momentos más una entrevista con Sean Cermini, Mark Post del equipo Riviera Racing, el Diamante Negro, así que es parte de las estrellas de la Norra Mexican 1000, un carro con mucha historia, muchos triunfos, muchos campeonatos, y podemos saber qué puede platicar Mark Post con Sean Cermini.
Yeah, let's go with Sean. Hi Sean, can you hear us?
Hey Sean, how are you, my
friend?
friend?
Hi Sean.
We are ready with Mark Post's interview with Riviera Racing. That is one of the coolest guys in this sport. Also, he have a place, a hotel, a big place, the Cabo Azul in Los Cabos. And that is going to be the place for have a big party in Cabo for the finish line.
Remember, this is a race for fun, from the heart and from the family. Hi, Sean!
In Contingency, this is the Bilstein Tech inspection area. I'm Sean Cermini, and we are back here live, right here from downtown Ensenada. This is the 2022 Yokohama Norra Mexican 1000, brought to you by Method Race Wheels. And we got a lot going on. Day one was yesterday, and folks, I got to tell you, wow, we are back at it again. 2019 was the last real big year. We all know why. The pandemic across the globe. But NORA kept pushing on, as a lot of different race series and companies did. But man, we came out swinging this weekend in 2022 with almost 300 entries, just shy of 300 entries for bikes, cars, buggies, vintage vehicles, newer trophy trucks. We got vehicles, Dakar vehicles here, you name it, we've got it all here. UTVs, we mentioned earlier, we got 3-wheelers here, all kinds of different things going on, and very exciting stuff to just come on. We're swinging for the fences here in 2022, folks. It's really going well. And so that being said, a few different things we want to touch on before we get underway, Kevin Johnson, my co-host, he's making his way down through Contingency here, down past Yokohama Tires and Bilstein Shocks and all that. He's going to catch some interviews down at the end of the Bilstein Tech inspection area here in a little bit. But a few different things. We've had a lot of people coming through here. They're not racing, which is wonderful. And those of you watching at home, if you're not, if you don't race or you haven't raced, and you just want to see what it's all about or feel it out, it's a wonderful one to come to. Come down here in Ensenada. I suggest, if your first time, if you don't want to go all the way down and watch the whole thing, Ensenada to San Felipe. Opinion, but it's kind of a fact. It's the home of desert racing down here, or at least in the North American area. Really cool stuff. So you come down here, it's a lifestyle. The culture here in Mexico is just amazing, second to none. And then if you come down here and join us for a day or two of Contingency, enjoy yourselves. There's a lot of great restaurants and different stands for tacos and seafood and you name it. It's all fresh right out of the water here. And then you can head on down to San Felipe. And it's beautiful. That's right on the water. It's just nothing but beach, beautiful stores and shops, a lot of fun. And it's not a very long drive. You get down there a couple hours, and you can go down there and turn key, come right back the next day. Awful lot of fun. So what I was getting at, a lot of the people are asking, hey, how do some of these teams that are smaller, that are coming out, there are only 3, 4, 5 people on a team for chase vehicles, how do they make it all the way down there and have problems? Well, you know what? Mag 7. When I say Mag 7, the Magnificent 7. They've been involved all the way back to the very beginning of this race, of the NORA race, the National Off-Road Racing Association, the very first one that Ed Pearlman put on many years ago. Mag 7 comes out with a whole group of guys and gals. They call it the brothers and sisters of Mag 7 here, and they're all volunteers, and they support like an extended family, if you will, to all of our competitors. They have 11 different stops where they can get gas, splash for gas for especially for the bikes. They really specialize in the bikes and the ATVs and the three-wheelers and things. That's where it's really at for them. But for all classes, they have other full stops down the peninsula, and there's not much that group can't do. It's a very talented and dedicated group of men and women with the Magnificent 7 that help the competitors and the smaller teams make it all the way down to the peninsula. So to answer a lot of people's questions, how do you do it with a small team? Well, we have the family of NORA here to help you, and Mag 7, amongst others, our sweep team and things that I'll get in more detail as the week goes on here. We offer a lot of help and a lot of assistance to move on down throughout the peninsula. So that being said, we're just getting going here. We're less than an hour into day number 2, and we have an awful lot to offer yet today. Yesterday, I think about 170 vehicles, which is an awful lot. We moved through the Bilstein Tech area, and the Bilstein crew and the NORA Tech crew, they're A1. They really are. They're movers or shakers. They're on the gas, and so we moved through about 170 vehicles. So that means, about 140, something like that, to come through today. It's not going to be a slow day. It's going to be an exciting day. We saw Larry Ragland come through. Yesterday we saw Max Gordon. Ryan Arciero came through. A handful of different people. But we've still got a lot. Johnny Kaiser and his crew, they're going to be coming through later on. We've still got Mark Post in the Riviera truck. The Black Pearl is in line in Contingency right now. What they do, they come in behind the camera here. They come up, they do a 180 all the way up through, come back down. It's a big line of all kinds of different race vehicles and things, and there's an awful lot to do on their way up and on their way back. And then they come in here to tech inspection right behind the camera here by Bilstein. And so they're coming to Bilstein here. One second, live television here. I've got the show producer telling me a couple different things as we're moving on here. But they're coming to Bilstein Tech inspection here, and then as soon as they're done here, they go to Stella. And what Stella is, I'm not talking Stella the beer, because we've got a whole other sponsor for that. That's Trans-Peninsula. They go to Stella, and Stella is you got a young man on the loose here, young kid, loving life. And we've got how are you, sir? And we've got Stella, and that's all the navigation. and it tells them the different waypoints. It tells them when they're in danger. Unlike other races in Baja where you're allowed to go down and pre-run, here there is no pre-running. Not allowed. You cannot be out on course in advance, which is kind of a good thing. It evens things up, especially different race teams with different budgets, if you will, to go out and pre-run. It costs a lot of money. So we're going to touch on that here in just a little bit here. We're going to talk about pre-running versus Stella and how all that works just a little bit. In the meantime, we're going to go back with Gabriel and our team back in the studio. What's going on, guys, in the studio?
Walker, first off, welcome to another NORA.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
And Sal, same to you.
Well, you know, it's always a pleasure to be here and to help out Mike any way we can.
Yeah. Now, Walker, what are you doing anything with the race this year?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Just enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it, yes. I'm going to go Kurt La Paz, though, and all the way down.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, follow it along, but no, I'm not in it. Just a spectator.
Are you going to follow along in one of the slow Baja trucks, one of those safari trucks, or just going to head down?
No, I'm going right down the highway in a good vehicle. And not slow. No.
Now, Sal, I know you're going to be in a vehicle and you're going to be driving some. Tell us what days you're going to be driving and what section, or do you know that yet?
Well, I do, and you know, in my twilight years, I finally got smart. I'm going to get in the race car, wherever the start is. I'm going to make a left-hand turn over here and get out and let guys that know how to drive get in it. And I'm going to get on a plane, fly to La Paz, kayak for a couple of days and enjoy La Paz. Great. Get in the car when it gets there, go about 4 miles, get out, and then get in before the finish. And that's the way to go off-road racing. I'm lucky at this time that I could do it. Thanks to Lehman and his crew.
Yeah.
They did a great job on the car, and they're really making me feel like a king here, really.
And that's a really good way to use your experience down here in Baja, though. Do it the proper way.
Yeah, it is, but I got to laugh when Walker says, and you asked him the slow way. Hey, nothing slow with Walker Evans. I don't care what it is. When he gets dressed in the morning, it's fast.
Yeah, certainly years of hard racing for you, and now it's got to be a little different being here just and just to enjoy the event and see all tons of old friends and so many people that respect you.
That's the key word, to enjoy the event. And I love doing that. I come down here and see people I've known for years and get to participate, but no helmet, no driver's suit, and I just drive down the freeway nice and easy.
Perfect. So, Sal, a couple of days in the canoe down there in Loretto, huh?
A kayak guy, and you know, the water's beautiful there, and it's just nice. You know, it's really great. While these guys are all pounding themselves around in the desert, I'll be able to just jump in the water and say, boy, those guys are really great. I'll look for them at the finish line.
And beautiful. The Baja is actually beautiful. That's one thing about this NORA. When we do the Peninsula Run like this, you know, of course, the pandemic shut it down for a couple of years, but now to be back and to be all the way down and hit those beautiful places like Loretto and La Paz and San Jose, it's just fantastic. And that's probably one of the big reasons why you're back.
Always. That's what brings you back. I mean, the beautiful spots, the nice memories that you used to have of being here always sucks you right back in.
Yeah. Now, you guys have both been the grand marshals of this event at different times, and that's such an honor as well. Talk about that and what that meant to you to be part of a NORA in that aspect.
Well, to spend that much time down here racing and everything, and then all of a sudden you're the grand marshal, that's another step. But, you know, it's beautiful. I love being a part of it. This will always be a part of my life.
no matter what everybody says. And I just love being here, meeting all these people that I've known for a long time.
That's awesome and well said. And Sal, same to you.
Well, at first I want to ask Walker, did you cash your check yet for being the Grand Marshal? Because I certainly did mine. Oh, yeah. Barbara and I made a new payment on a Cadillac or something. Yeah. No, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. But, as Walker really so precisely said, he was at the driving end of it, and is why we have an event like this. So it's guys like Walker and Mark Post and people out here and Raglan and all the guys that are, and I should be mentioning, for Walker to come down everybody's wanting his autograph, shaking his hand. That's what it's really about now for us. You know what I'm saying? And it's great that people do remember us and pay the tribute. It's nice that Mike did what he has done and invited us to be part of the scene. And as Walker said, he's been coming down here for so long, and I have too. It's part of our life. In fact, I think if we added up the time between Walker and I, we probably spent more time in Baja than we did in our homes.
Yeah,
and we loved every minute of it. And so I'm honored to be here, and honored that someone wanted to give me a ride in a vehicle that was I rode in 52 years ago. So it's pretty cool.
No, that's awesome, and the passion shows when you guys talk about it as well.
Oh, it is. It's just a great memory that will never go away. Never go away. You can remember it from years back, and then you bring it right up to date, and it's still beautiful, isn't it? People are just coming out to watch the Baja race.
It is. And be back with fans again is fantastic. Yeah. So, folks, here we have a couple legends, Selfish, Walker Evans. We're going to catch up with them again down in San Jose del Cabo and talk about how the whole week and the experience was for you. Perfect. Walker, sir, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Sal, same to you.
I appreciate it very much.
Okay. Okay, guys, we'll be back after this with some more interviews shortly.
PCI Race Radios, the leader in off-road communications since 1972. Our equipment was developed for racing in Baja, perfected for enjoying the weekend with family and friends. Stay in touch with our track stereo intercoms, two-way radios, satellite communications, helmets and headsets. Find new adventures with GPS. Breathe clean air with Race Air Fresh Air systems. PCI has the highest quality communications, navigation, and safety equipment, backed by the best support in the industry. Find us at hundreds of events each year, supporting our equipment on site and providing the PCI Weatherman Relay. See you in the desert.
Thank you, Kevin, for the interview. Saltfish, a legend. What about that?
Oh, well, he come to Score International in the 70s with Mickey Thompson. He passed away, Mickey Thompson. And then Sal created an umpire from the Score International. Then he sold the company like in 2012 to Roger Norman. And right now he's having fun in NORA. He's gonna race this time in a Baja Bug, which is great friend Lehman Shooter. And he's the godfather of this sport. He given too much to the people, also to the drivers, to the racers. And he created the trophy truck class. Right now is very famous, that class in all the cities like the Min 400, Best in the Desert, and also NORA is something special for everybody.
Please comment what do you want to see, know about the racers, about the sponsors, the book route. We're gonna start the best race on earth, the happiest race on earth. And now we're gonna read some comments.
Yeah, we can read that, Genesis, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You can send all the messages in English and Spanish, and we're gonna read all the shows that message for you.
Yeah.
Guys.
Lex, hi. Will Callis, yes, I hope it's better than yesterday. Guillermo Soler, saludos. Gabriel García, el mejor. Muy bien.
Gracias, saludos.
Félix García, hi. Maria Hatch, thanks to all the team, to staff for a wonderful work. Keep doing something. All the fun of Baja Mexican Norra 1000. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ellen Utzing, saludos de Puerto Backyard. Love your style, Sal. Yeah, we love Sal. We all love Sal.
Yeah, for sure. So it's great to see people and message from not only from Mexico, from different parts of the country and also from the world. And this is NORA. It's a family race for everybody, a fun race. It's not too much stressful, Genesis, like another series, like, you know, trying to go point to point. This time is 5 days racing. You can have a beer with your mechanics in the night after the mechanics repair everything, your bike or your truck, because if the mechanic don't fix the car, you don't want to start the next day. So it's had fun, but also it's trying to be relaxed in Baja California. And you know, this peninsula is amazing. It's a magical place for everybody.
Sí, les vamos a recordar que esta es una carrera un poco diferente, son 5 días de carrera, iniciamos y terminamos el mismo día y eso permite a los vehículos que puedan repararse durante la noche para que puedan continuar su trayecto al día siguiente. Este formato permite que sea mucho más divertido, que puedas ahora sí que disfrutar de la comida, del entorno, de los paisajes maravillosos de Baja California. Muchísimas gracias a nuestros patrocinadores, especialmente a Yokohama Tires, por hacer esto posible. 50 years of motorsports experience into every performance that you can drive on the street and off-road, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Yokohama Tire sponsor athletes like Justin Loftus, Abdali Lopez from Mexico, and many more drivers in the best cities like NORA, Score International, Best in the Desert, also the Min 400, and more coming to America and also to Mexico. And talking about another legend, Genesis, we're going to have Mark McMillan, one of the proud sponsors of the NORA Mexican 1000, racing his classic buggy, named McAdoo for a former NBA player, Buck McAdoo. That car I think it's a Porsche engine, so it's a classic car. That buggy won different times the Baja 1000, and now he's gonna try to win his class in this NORA Mexican 1000.
They're gonna sponsor the finish line at Laredo. Podemos encontrar a Macmillan en la línea final de Loreto porque ellos se van a hacer cargo, digamos que de la fiesta, de lo padrísimo que vamos a estar viviendo todos los días. Iniciamos en diferentes ciudades el día de mañana a las 6 de la mañana las motos, a las 7 de la mañana los safaris, a las 9:30 los carros. Llegan a San Felipe pasando por lugares mágicos y extraordinarios como es el caso del Salto de Piedras Gordas, lo que llaman el Salto del Sillón, la Laguna del Diablo. También tenemos, pues ahora sí que la entrada a San Felipe, entonces la verdad va a ser sumamente emocionante. Manténganse atentos y en este momento vamos a tener conexión con Sean. ¿Nos escucha, Sean?
Hey, Sean, can you hear? Hi, Sean. I think he's going to talk with Mark Paul from Riviera Racing, one of the most coolest drivers in this sport. And it's great to see that truck, Genesis, the Black Diamond, in Spanish, el Diamante Negro.
El Diamante Negro. Definitivamente toda una leyenda en el off-road. Vamos a ver un poquito y conocer un poquito de cómo se siente en este momento de la mano de Sean.
Hey, Sean, can you hear, buddy?
Hi,
guys. It's a Bilstein Contingency area tech inspection. We're trying to do a little divide and conquer here. Myself, Sean Sermon, and Kevin Johnson. He's kind of out about, cruising around, getting some other interviews. A few different cameras set up, and he's taking advantage of that right now. But before we left earlier, we took a little break. And we were talking a little bit of differences about Stella, which I was just starting to get involved with and explain what that is versus pre-running. So the way Stella works is it's a navigational system here, and they come in with notes and everything that are brought in actually from Eliseo Garcia's team in NORA. They spent a lot of time setting up this course, laying it out. There's so much involved to doing that, from going to landowners, different farmers and things, getting permission, renting the land. Of course, you know, the insurance is involved with all of that as well, and making sure the course is challenging but yet safe. And for all the different competitors, whether you're on 2 wheels or 4, and some of the courses, they vary. They go in different directions and things from the 2 wheels to the 4, and I'm going to touch on that a little bit later on. Difference being, once these guys get loaded in, their Stella and everything, and their live trackers and everything that they need, they have, instead of pre-running, right in their helmets and earpieces, when everything's working properly, they know when there's a danger coming up, different things of that natural, of stuff like that. So the difference between that is, versus pre-running, if you came down here for a different race, a lot of the race teams, especially the bigger teams, they'll sometimes be down here for a month, sometimes longer, in advance, running the course over and over and over again. I've been part of that. I've done that before when I'm on the racing side of things. It's a lot of fun, but it's also very time consuming, and it's very costly as well. So that also, for the teams with the larger budgets, it's not so much of an issue, and they're able to come down here and spend that money with an entire staff and do all that pre-running for weeks or months at a time to get everything all set up. For here, everyone's seeing the course for the first time, which makes it interesting. But you want it to be safe. And everything that we do here at NORA, safety is of the utmost importance. And so Stella and the course layout is all done in a safe manner, and you're given those proper notes, and you're given the notes of danger areas and things, and that's all done through our Stella, through our live tracking, and through all of our navigational systems that are involved, that get mounted in each car and for each bike and things, and that's the way it's done. And it saves a lot of time, saves a lot of money, and that's a huge thing. So that being said, a lot yet to come here. We've had some great interviews so far. We had PJ Jones yesterday. He's our co-marshal. PJ Jones, son of Parnelli Jones, which we all know both of their names. Huge in motorsports. You know, we know what Parnelli has done from USAC championships all the way through to winning so much in off-road and things. The same goes for PJ, his son. You know, from Indy Lights to Stadium Super Trucks. All kinds of things. He's done it all. Now, PJ, I said, you know, he's our co-Grand Marshal. The other Grand Marshal, none other than Willie Stroop. Willie Stroop, he has been involved with racing a long time. His father, Bill Stroop, working with Parnelli Jones, and we had a great interview with him earlier. We'll touch on that in a little bit. But for right now, we're going to go down to Kevin. Kevin's got a great interview. Moving on down to the end of the contingencies here. Kevin, what do you got going on for me, brother?
10, 8, 9, 5, 4, 3.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to the 2022 Yokohama Norra Mexican 1000. Joined here by a man who really doesn't need an introduction, Mr. Mike Pearlman. Mike, again, congratulations on a fantastic outing here today.
Thank you. I'm surprised that so many people here. So many beautiful cars. Just amazing. It's like I keep thinking, beware what you wish for.
Yeah, but we got it.
I got it.
So, yeah, perfect. Now, Mike, yeah, I know you're just over there talking with Walker Evans and Selfish and everyone else around here, and just so much classic cars behind us. It's just, the event is just fantastic, and the feeling in the atmosphere, it's rubbing off on everyone.
Well, it's Dad looking down.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Pops.
Give him the blessing. Yeah. So, Mike, are you excited? We're less than 24 hours from you're going to be braving that green flag tomorrow morning for the bikes.
I got the green flags. That's my job. And we'll start every car, every bike, and we'll watch them all the way down the course, make sure they're safe. We'll start them again in San Felipe. We'll start them again in Bay of LA if we don't get blown into the ocean. And then we'll Loreto, La Paz, in Cabo.
Yep.
Big party in Cabo.
Perfect. Fantastic. And everyone's so excited to, we've been live since yesterday doing interviews. Everyone's so excited to be going back to Cabo again.
Oh, yeah. Cabo's great. The weather's perfect, beyond perfect. Food's great. Cabo's Cabo.
Yeah. And
San Jose del Cabo.
yeah, San Jose. And before I go too far, I just want to give a quick thanks and a shout out to Horsepower Ranch, who did such a great job at hosting the event when we couldn't go south.
Thank you, Horsepower Ranch. Also, Method Wheels, great,
Race wheels.
best wheels I know about. Yokohama Tires, Bilstein, all of our sponsors, PCI. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And the crew that you've assembled here for this Bilstein Tech inspection today, they have done fantastic. Yesterday they went through like 170 cars, so today they got not too much cut out for them. Maybe about 100 cars to go today. Pretty good.
I don't know. I'm not counting. I'm just waiting. I can't wait till the last shell. That's the last fireworks shell at the party. Then it's over.
There you go. Perfect. Well, Mike, while I have you here, do you want to touch on anything before I let you go and we go back to the studio?
No, it's just NORA has stepped up and come a long, long ways from 13 years ago when we started this, and look what we got now.
Well, on behalf of everyone, Mike, we want to thank you. That's great. So I'm going to send it back to Gabriel and Hennessis in the studio, and we'll be back with some more interviews right after this.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Thank you for our CEO, Mike Pearlman. Thank you for making this possible. He's told us a phrase from the heart, a little quote. This is a race for fun. This is a race from the heart. This is a race for the family. Thank you, Mike Pearlman, to make this possible.
Yeah, Genesis, this is a race for all the ages, from different young kids, grandfathers, fathers, from different ages. You can see all the drivers. I talked yesterday with Max Gordon. He only have 13 years old, and he's gonna drive. And I see a lot of young child. He's gonna race this Mexican 1000 like co-driver with his father. You can see everybody, and also in the past, we see dogs racing in the Mexican 1000. Can you believe it? Something amazing.
Thank you very much. We go with our sponsors, and the most important, honoring the past and forging the future. NORA Yokohama 2022 Mexican 1000, the happiest race on earth. We come back.
Yeah, we don't come.
Hey, I'm Matthew from Rally Moto Shop. RMS is the world's largest supplier of equipment for rally racing. Whether it's your very first road book or the podium at Dakar, we have the experience, knowledge, and service to help you build your dream bike, live all your desert adventures. We're very excited to be part of this year's NORA Mexican 1000. We wish all the competitors a fun, fast, safe adventure. See you on the start line.
That was a nice interview with Mike Pearlman down there. Kevin, well done, sir. As we're back here at Bilstein Tech Inspection, day 2 here for the 2022 NORA Mexican 1000, brought to you by Yokohama Tires and Method Race Wheels. They're lighter, they're stronger, they're faster, and that's a combination that's full effect here in Baja this weekend. Folks, we're getting ready to go green flag racing tomorrow. It's 5 days of racing. We're going all the way down to San Felipe for day number 1. I'm looking here through our notes. It's a great course. It's a lot of fun. It's not the same from year to year. As Scores race, the San Felipe 250, wasn't out that long ago. The San Felipe whoops in that area, they're nasty. They are really something else. Now, Score went through there with all their trophy trucks, all their vehicles, full-fledged race vehicles. No one went through there with a groomer. No one's gone through there with a dozer. So we're out for them. We've got guys on Vespas racing the San Felipe, all right? This is not all just trophy trucks and new stuff from Dakar and all that, which we do have here. But we've got guys on three-wheelers. We got guys on Vespas. We got guys in Volkswagen Bugs with no travel whatsoever. I don't know how they do it. So that being said, it's a long run, 214 miles, and a lot of that 214 miles gets worse and worse and worse the closer they get to San Felipe. So everyone right now kind of mentally preparing, going through tech inspection, doing everything they need to do to get ready to go. They're getting their stellar, they're getting all their navigation loaded in, everything they need, and then they're going to be moving onto tomorrow as we go early morning with Kevin Johnson off the start with all of our bikes. So a lot of great stuff going on. Earlier, I was talking about our Grand Marshals, 2 of them we've got going on. We've got both PJ Jones, as we talked to him earlier on, very exciting stuff. And then, of course, Bill Stroop's son, that is Willie Strop. And Willie was here earlier, and I'm just smiling because Willie, man, great guy. He had some awesome stories. I don't know if you guys were tuned in earlier this morning here when we had Willie Strop here, but talking about him and his dad and stuff, and Parnelli Jones and racing, and how that whole process came together back in the 60s. And they were the first ones to come down here and start racing and winning in NORA, the Mexican 1000, many, many years ago. And they brought Big Ole down here. This is a vehicle they built. So they were running for Ford, Parnelli Jones was, doing a lot, winning the USAC championship, winning things all over. Then they're at Pikes Peak, which you all know Pikes Peak. And the story I heard this morning was they're at Pikes Peak, and at the time, Ford was really backpedaling on their racing efforts at the time. And so they decided, while they're at Pikes Peak, to go talk to them, to go talk to Parnelli Jones and Mr. Strope and everything. And they said, hey, we're pulling out. That's huge. Can you imagine that? You're Parnelli Jones, and you're out here, and you're Bill Strop, and all of a sudden, you're 2 of the biggest names in the industry, and you're racing with Ford, one of the biggest names in the industry, and all of a sudden they're like, hey, we're pulling out, we're not going racing anymore. So they decided they're taking Big Ollie. They said, you know what, let's regroup, let's get it together, we're going to build Big Ollie anyways. And then Ford says, you know what, I want to be on board, I want to do that. And they just started winning and winning and winning, and that truck was something that was above its time. It was just really, it was a trophy truck when no one knew what that term even meant, and very, very dominant. And that was just one of the very fun stories that we heard earlier on from Mr. Strop. It's just really exciting stuff. We went on for about 20-25 minutes and talked about some wonderful things, and I'm making a point to make sure I catch up with him later on, because there's a lot more to talk about as the week rolls on. So right now I'm looking behind the camera here, and I see a beautiful Ford Bronco coming in, one of the newer Ford Broncos, and we've got a couple different classes here that are kind of I'm going to say one is very relaxed. Slow Baja is the sponsor of that, and the way that works is they have an opportunity to come down. They start a little bit later, and they kind of cruise, if you will. Slow Baja Safari class, it's live television. We got Bush Pilots coming through. We're going to touch on the Bush Pilots. Come on in. Let's talk. We're going to do it right now. Come right over here, sir. We're at the live television. We're going to do it right now.
With any luck, my wife's watching.
He says, with any luck, his wife's watching. What's your full name again, sir?
Ken Foster.
Ken Foster. I knew the Ken. I didn't know the Foster part. So, the reason I brought Ken in real quick here, I'm just switching subjects because this is important. And so Ken, you with a whole group of other guys.
We have 12 today.
12 this weekend. And there are Bush Pilots. And so a lot of people wonder, like, hey, Sean, you're on the starting line in the morning, and then before anyone gets to the finish, you're at the finish line. How do you do that? Well, Ken does that.
That's true. We wait around all morning for the race to finish starting, run to the airport, get the start, and the rest of the crew to the finish line before the cars do, and we do that 5 days in a row. There's 2 more of our pilots.
I'd love to get him in here if we could, but So these guys are really interesting. Come right in.
You're going to be on live TV here.
We're going to get you in here. Hopefully we get you in the shot. Let's get one of you right over here nice and tight. So we were talking, you guys are walking by. We're going to get you in here as tight as you can. So you can get the screen. There we go. So we were talking as you guys are walking by. I decided I'm switching subjects. We're talking about bush pilots and how we get to where we get and how we do it. And it's these gentlemen here. So a little fun experience here. My first time to NORA, I don't know, maybe 2017 or so, something like that. I had an opportunity to ride with this man here, and we had so much fun. We had an absolute blast. And yesterday we saw you at the hotel, and you said I'm ready to go. He said Bay LA and everything. When he said Bay LA, we're coming in, man. It's just like this weird, funky dirt strip. You got to look and see if there's any livestock out there. You got to do a flyby. When we come into town, you got to come over the guy's house, over the village, give him a little dip of the wing, be like, hey, we're here. Come pick us up. What an experience you gave me, man. It was a lot of fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. That was fun back then. It really was.
It really was. And so I was last year, a couple years ago, I was with another pilot, and I said, I've always wondered what it was like to spend a lot of time in one of these smaller planes. I fly all over the world, but it's all in commercial jets and things. So I've never done that before. And I said, does things ever get exciting? And the pilot told me, he goes, if it gets exciting, we got a problem. but I will say, I think he's right. But I've had, it's been very exciting the whole time. We've been problem free. You guys are so good. How long have you guys been flying?
I've been flying since I was a junior in high school.
Wow. I'm not being rude. That was a while ago.
I got my license in 1966.
1966. So when Parnelli Jones was still down here racing in Big Ollie, he was flying planes, getting ready and prepared to be down here and be a bush pilot for us for NORA. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Loved coming. This is what, the 5th or 6th year, I guess, that I've been coming. Ken's been coming a lot longer, but I really enjoy it. People are great, and it's just a fun party week.
It really is.
First volunteered to help NORA with the race in 1968.
No kidding. And what was your job in 1968?
Help running the checkpoint at Rancho San Ynez.
Okay. So you are a full-fledged NORA veteran.
I am.
So, and now coming in and being one of our pilots, the experience that you guys give us, for me anyways, for this, it's not just the race, it's not just doing the broadcast, it's the whole thing. I mean, it's the parties, it's the food, it's the lifestyle of NORA, it's the family, it's the adventure that you guys give us, and the whole thing is just so much fun. And in my opinion, I said this as soon as I got home to my friends and family from the first one, my favorite part was you guys, and I really appreciate it, man. It's a blast.
We enjoy it just as much as you do.
Right on.
It's the interaction with the people. I mean, you get to meet different people every night. You sit down in the evening or have a drink. Who knows what table you're sitting at?
Yeah, right.
And what race team they are. They got stories to tell from that day. Yeah, it's just a good time.
Right. Absolutely, it is. So that being said, folks, we've got a lot to come yet. We're all good. It's live entertainment, man. These things happen. There we go.
Got to give you.
Yeah, gotta pay the bills. Yeah, gotta pay the bills, man. Gotta pay the bills. So we've been having an awful lot of fun here, and as the week goes on, I'd like to catch up with you guys a little bit more here, and because we're going to be with us all week, and very exciting stuff. So I'm going to go on with another interview, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, and I got to talk to you later. I got to find out who I'm flying with tomorrow. I got to meet somebody tomorrow morning.
We need to find out too.
All right. See, that's part of it. They know they're flying. We don't know who's going where. We'll figure all that out here. So moving right along here, a lot of great stuff. As we get ready, we have some other VIPs we're going to bring in here momentarily as I flip through my notebook here, and I have a lot of notes, a lot of effort. So we are right now going to send it on down to Kevin. Kevin has an interview on farther down in Contingency. Kevin, what do you got on, brother?
Pleased to be joined by Mr. Gary Baker. So, what are you running this year? And I know you're a veteran of these NORA races, but what car are you taking down the peninsula this year?
It's a Class 5. Looks like a Volkswagen.
Yeah. What do you got special inside it?
It's a Ecotech with a Mendiola transmission and big wheels.
Big wheels. That's too technical for me. The big wheels.
Yeah, just a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So I know you always have a big crew when you come over to race. Do you want to give a shout out to some of the folks that have joined you here today?
Yes, I do. Bruce Brooks is my co-pilot, co-driver, and Jack and Sherry Bueller are running the chase truck and keeping us full of gas and all that good stuff.
So what is your plan for this? First off, to make it all the way through. Day one is the main day is to get to San Felipe, and then from there you just start over again.
Yeah, that's it. We're going to get a splash of fuel at the lake bed, and then be sure we can make it back. And Jack and Sherry have a nice house in San Felipe for us to sleep in. And
yeah, you'll have a lot of fans when you go over to San Felipe, that's for sure.
Yeah. Love San Felipe.
So, Jerry, what's it like again to be back here at NORA with the fans involved this year and getting to do the Peninsula Run all the way down to San Jose del Cabo?
You know, it's really exciting. The camaraderie with all our NORA friends that we get to see every year when we come to this race, guys like you and all. It's really a wonderful thing. It's just a lot of fun, and the camaraderie of all our friends makes it even better.
Yeah, it's so special because every night you get to hang out and talk with the competitors and the friends.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's a kind of a race where if you're in trouble, you always got a lot of friends that would help you, or vice versa.
And if you need to do a reparation on the car, you can do it at night.
Yeah, and if you don't break down, you can sit around and drink beer with the other guys.
Exactly, have the fun. Well, Jerry, we wish you the best of luck, and we appreciate your time here today.
Thank you, Kevin.
Okay, everybody, we'll be right back here with some more Bilstein Tech Inspection here at the 2022 Yokohama Norra Mexican 1000, and we'll be back with some more right after this.
And then, let me go. I'm going to have those two come in, these two people. All right, guys. Back here at Bilstein Tech Inspection here for the 2022, easy for me to say, Yokohama Norra Mexican 1000, brought to you by Method Race Wheels. As all the vehicles, 170 plus went through yesterday in day number one. As we got all the rest, upwards of almost 300 race vehicles here for the 2022 NORA. Very exciting stuff, man. We're back to where we were a few years ago, and you can hear the music. We've got vendors all over the place, people selling tacos and ice cream cones and churros and everything you can imagine, everything you would picture down here in Mexico. It's happening right now, right behind the camera. There's so much going on. And so we've been having an awful lot of fun. This is, it's coined the happiest race on earth. And as you can tell by the smile on my face, it certainly is. It's just, it's very enjoyable because it's more than just racing. It's just kind of a culture, the race itself. And then you bring in the culture of Baja and everything, and you put all that together, and it just makes it absolutely amazing. So what I'd like to do, I'm going to bring in a couple VIPs here. Sit right down, guys. This is Yolo Freeman and Yeti Norwell. And so Yolo and Yeti, first off, before we get into it, I got a couple small details. I'm going to let you guys fill in the rest of it here.
Right.
So, starting off, these guys, you came from, is it Iowa?
Iowa.
Came in from Iowa, and so they came in on a 91 Ford Ranger. Be like, that's tough as it is. But, Yolo, tell me about how this started out, because there's a story behind this.
Yeah, honestly, we just have been dreaming about coming to Baja, doing one of the NORA races, and man, they just kept saying, why aren't you guys here? You guys do builds, why haven't you here?
Yeah, right.
And we looked at each other and we're like, you want to do it this year? All right, we got to do it, and we only had 30 days to do it, so he did most of the build. I helped with some things, but man, I got to give the kudos to him because it was hard. 30 days, I think it turned into 35 days. Yeah. We had an overnight run to finish it up, left at noon, and we just did naps on the way to get here. Just 2.5 days, and we're just like,
rush. So 35 days ago, the Ranger was broke down, junkyard, had football-sized rust holes through the cab, didn't run, nothing worked, and first fire up was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we drove all the way here from Iowa, and that was a test run, 2,000 miles.
And I heard it was just $1,000 you got this thing and turn it into what it is.
$1,000 turd bucket. That's what it was. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm just so stoked.
So, well, first off, before we forget, when you guys come around, I know you're going to be down part of the car show for a little while and stuff. Later on, if we're still broadcasting, we'll do it sometime. I'm going to be at the finish line every day. Okay. So, in worst case scenario, we'll do it then. If you made it here from Iowa, you're going to make it to Cabo. I just feel it. On your own?
Yeah, you know what? We wanted to challenge ourselves, so we thought we have a bunch of completely appropriate rigs in the stable. Why would we take one of those? And I walked out to the parking lot when we said yes to NORA, and I said, well, we're building a Ranger. And I was really inspired to kind of keep the 16-year-old me stoked. I love the Rough Riders. I love that early era of racing when the Rangers were badass little trucks. So we had one in the parking lot. I figured we'd build it. So that's it, man.
So and now this is your first time to Baja?
Not our first time to Baja, but first time doing one of these races.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. So we've kind of followed along and been through the silt beds and taken our other vehicles through and had fun down here. So this is the furthest south we're going to go.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
As far south as we're about to go. So
yeah, it gets a little different. You know, I kind of depending on the race in the series, I kind of double duty from doing this to being in a car and things, and it's. You're going to see a lot of stuff you haven't seen before. Let me put it that way. Yeah, but you're ready for it. I mean, you've been down here. You know what you're doing. And, hey, if you're smart enough to get that truck together in 30 days, you're smart enough to get to the finish line.
I appreciate that. Smart. Use that loosely, though.
Right on. So, correct me if I'm wrong. I was trying to do a little bit of homework after we were talking earlier yesterday, and I had one of our NORA folks come over and stuff and said, you guys have a big following stuff on Instagram and all this stuff. You guys want to give yourself some plugs here?
Yeah, you guys can follow me on The Wild YOLO. I'm on, I don't know, pretty much all the platforms. Probably Instagram's the most you could find me and see the local stuff. And
at The Man Called Yeti on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all those things. Okay. So it'd be pretty awesome. Appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, we're here, let's pay the bills.
I just figure for us, we're kind of the little guys in this big race, right? And we just want to show the love because everyone else is watching these races, and you guys think that you can't be here because you don't have a race team, you don't have the backing. No, you guys can do this. Look at our example of this. Yeah. You guys can come here with any build you want to do.
Yeah. Rapido class, the slow Baja class, it's perfect for guys like us to get down here and experience it, man. Tacos and smiles.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
I've been trying to tell people that for the last handful of years, but you guys just straight up proved it. I mean, like if you want to come down, I've been saying you want to come down low budget. I was talking to a stock UTV class, stuff like that. That's still pricey. These guys are coming down low budget. So hey guys, really impressive stuff, man.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and
thank you very much.
We're going to talk at the finish line at least a couple days here.
Yeah,
excellent.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
All
right, wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you.
YOLO and Yeti guys. So they're going to be heading on down to Cabo. I know they're going to make it all the way to the bottom. I'm really excited to talk to them then. It's going to be a fun experience for all of us involved as they make their way down. $1,000 is where they started out there, that Ford Ranger here, and turned it into a beautiful truck. So very exciting stuff. So folks, right now we're going back to the studio. It's time to pay the bills.
Hey guys, it's Gabriel Garcia again with Genesis Marquez. This is the live stream from Norra Mexican 1000 brought to you by Yokohama Tire and also Metal Wheels and Macmillan Racing Bilstein. Genesis tomorrow, the start from the first stage is going to be exciting. Boulevard Costero, 6 o'clock for the bikes in the morning. And then the Safari Expedition class, 7 a.m. And then the cars, the big trophy track, the class 1, 9.5. So it's going to be exciting. Too much people asking, hey, it's going to be in the Ensenada, what's the race? No, this time no. It's different like the Baja 1000. We're going to go in a special stage, driving from the Boulevard Costero to the highway. In the bikes, it's going to be from Ensenada to Santo Tomas. In Santo Tomas, near to the Palomar swimming pool, is going to be the start of the time.
Okay.
That's for the bikes. And then I'm going to go to a reindeer. That part, I love that part, near to the sea, to the coast. And for the cars, it's going to be from Boulevard Costero, then Avenue Delante, then the Periférico, the highway, and then to Piedras Gordas. We're going to see in that spot the big jump, and then the race course is going to be so close to Ojos Negros, and then it's going to be in the Ojos Negros jumps, the famous jumps. Too much people remember that place. Different Baja 1000, Baja 500, and also the Norra Mexican 1000 pad for that spot. And then the race course go near to Jamau, Valley Trinidad, and then it's going to go to San Matias.
And they finish in San Felipe.
Yeah, but before that spot is passing the race course from Diablo Dry Lake. We're going to see a lot of silk in that spot. It's going to be fun trying to see the new track, the new buggies and the bikes. Easy cake, I think. But for the oldest car, like Salfish driving that Baja Bug, is going to be special.
Yeah.
It's going to be something nice. And you can go and you can, I think it's going to be a lot of people waiting for the cars and the bike in that spot, the Diablo Dry Lake, and then in San Felipe.
This is going to be a challenge for the old cars.
Yeah.
Because the machine is very different. You can see at the official page of NORA, www.nora.com, the different kind of information, the navigation, the entries, the rally rules, because the racers and the rider need to know the rules, really.
Yeah.
The sponsor, the hotel, and the registration. And we can see the schedules of events. Today, we're gonna have a very special event, the all cars.
Yeah, the exhibition. From the Bilstein is gonna be like 2 hours or 3 hours watching all the cars, and that's the race course map from Ensenada to San Jose del Cabo. Remember, are 5 days of racing for bikes and cars. That includes the Safari Expedition class, and also we will have this afternoon a great meeting, the drivers meeting with Pepe Guisa, with Mike Pearlman, and I think with Eliseo Garcia, the race director for this Norra Mexican 1000. That's going to be inside of the open theater in Riviera, Centurion Convention Center, and it's going to be for everybody. It's a mandatory meeting for the drivers. And also tomorrow, very, very early, the first bike is going to be starting, and then the Safari class. Too much people is asking, what is the Safari class? You can race.
2 types of safari, actually. The slow safari and the fast safari.
You can race a trophy track, Genesis. You can race a regular Ford Raptor or a Bronco, the new one. And also you can race any type or carts or buggy or trucks, but it's not like a race. It's more having fun, trying to relax, trying to enjoy the terrain from Baja California, and also the tacos, the people, and the drinks, the food.
Yeah.
Also, everybody wants to eat lobster, tacos, fish tacos, shrimp tacos, the burritos. Yeah, San Matias, please stop. If you want to go to San Matias or Diablo Dry Lake, that is the perfect spot in San Matias with amazing and nice burritos for everybody.
Yeah. Remember, our team will be broadcasting live each day of the rally as it travels from the starting point in Ensenada and the way to San Jose del Cabo, with a stop in each night along the way in San Felipe, Bahía de Los Ángeles, Guerrero Negro, Loreto, and La Paz. Be watching or follow us, like and subscribe our social media at Facebook, NORA fan page and YouTube channel to get all the news, all the sponsors, all the past edition, and the histories mile to mile.
Yeah, for sure, Genesis, you can check in the official NORA website about the past winners. The last year, Reese Milling won the overall in his class one. Now, like Mr. Jackan, he built that car. He's gonna race this year again with us, and also he's gonna have a second car. And talking about the countries racing this NORA Mexican 1000, we had race teams from Canada, we have race teams from Turkey, and also from New Zealand, America, and also from Mexico.
Racing for all the world.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
It's an international race. And look, that is the Ford Raptor limousine from Perry McNeil, a live legend. Too much people say, hey, Perry is American driver. He's a Mexican driver. He born in Chihuahua. And he's going to race this track with 6 seats inside of that Ford Raptor limousine.
This is going to be a party inside.
Yeah, it's going to be a big party. And he's going to try to finish his first Mexican 1000 in that track. The last 2 attempts, he had problem with his Ford Raptor limousine.
We're going with Kevin for an interview.
Yeah, we're going to go to the country road with Kevin Johnson.
Kevin.
Hi, Kevin, can you hear us? He's ready.
Yeah, he's ready. Look at that.
Hey, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Good afternoon, buddy.
This is amazing.
Yeah, it's time for have fun with him. He's going to be ready.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Bilstein Tech Inspection here at the 2022 Yokohama Norra Mexican 1000, presented by Method Race Wheels. I'm joined right now by a man, Greg Boma. Greg, welcome to a NORA. It's been a long journey for you to get here, but here you are, so you've got to be pretty excited.
Very much so. About 2.5 years, and I really look forward to today.
Yeah. Today is a fantastic day, and we're back to full racing again with crowds all the way down to San Jose del Cabo. So that's got to be even special, getting into NORA and having to go the Peninsula Run.
Yep, I've done 7 of them so far. This would be number 8, but they're all fun.
Yeah, always. It's just part of that NORA family, like you said, coming up here and people remembering you and giving you hugs. That's hard to beat.
Not only that, but meeting new people that know your car. And I have very little history on my car, so that's been a lot of fun.
But it's a pretty interesting car. It's known as the Bull Weevil, correct?
See, yes.
Okay. Tell the folks at home a little bit about the car.
It's a mid-engine, Volkswagen-powered, Volkswagen transaxle. It's 50-plus years old. I don't know exactly. It was built by William Boll, driven at Ascot by Ray Harvick, and supposedly was set up to run desert races, and that's the way I have the car set up now.
Well, that seems like that should work out well for you, being that we're going across the desert on day one.
Yeah, we hope so.
Yeah, we hope so. Now, Greg, I know it's a big effort and putting a team behind you for chasing and everything. I'm sure there's some folks you want to give a shout out to.
Particularly Julie Boyer, who's going to drive the car. Her husband Rick has helped. Lots of friends in the San Felipe area have been involved.
Give them a shout out.
I can't remember their names just now.
That's good enough, though. Yeah, it's tough under pressure, so I get that. It's toll. How many miles have you got on the Bull Weevil before today? Before tomorrow?
About 30, maybe.
30.
Yeah.
So that was your shakedown.
Yeah. We actually were going to run the boobs race at Code, and unfortunately the engine seized right off the trailer.
Oh, jeez.
So now I've had to rebuild the motor, which is done, got finished finally Thursday. So we're ready to go.
On Thursday you finish it. That's like putting it right to the line.
Yeah, I told myself when I was 40 I wasn't going to do this anymore. Fortunately, somebody else did this. It wasn't me, so I guess that works.
What number is your car in this race for the folks at home to follow?
Number 247.
That's number 247, Greg Boma. Greg, we appreciate your time. I know you're having a great day out here, but we appreciate it. Somebody follow his progress all the way down, car number 247. We'll be back with some more interviews right after this.
I'm Matthew from Rally Moto Shop. RMS is the world's largest supplier of equipment for rally racing. Whether it's your very first road book or the Podium at Dakar, we have the experience, knowledge, and service to help you build your dream bike and live all your desert adventures. We're very excited to be part of this year's NORA Mexican 1000. We wish all the competitors a fun, fast, safe adventure. See you on the start line.
Hey guys, welcome to the 2022 YOKOHAMA Norra Mexican 1000, the happiest race on earth. Presented by Method Race Wheels. Thank you YOKOHAMA and Method for make this possible. What about Max 7?
Max
The pits.
7? Whoa, the pits. This guys is a brand new company. Whoa, a old company working in different cities. And this time, these guys are gonna bring a lot of persons for the entire race course, point to point, having support pits for bikes and also for the cars. I think the first day is gonna be tomorrow for these guys. Are gonna have 3 pits. I think one is gonna be near to Jamau. Another one is gonna be near to kilometer 71 in the highway, and something near to Valley of Trinity, or maybe Diablo Dry Lake, the entry of Diablo Dry Lake, near to the highway. And these guys...
This is a place with a lot of speed with the cars. When they start the speed in the race.
Yeah, but that is the perfect spot, Genesis, because when the cars, the bikes go on the highway, it's not time running. You're gonna touch the dirt, you're gonna stop. The NORA official, we have a lot of NORA officials from Mexico and also from America, are gonna stop, are gonna check your time, and are gonna tell you, hey, you're gonna start in, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And you can see in the bikes a sticker on the cars in the window, on the shield. And the officials go and say, okay, you stop in the last part from the race course timing in this time, and then you have like 20-25 minutes for a start. So trying to be relaxed, and also the guys from Max 7 are gonna put in gas, maybe checking something if you have any problem, but it's more from trying to put gas. But if you need a big help, this guys is the perfect for you, but it's gonna be something exciting for tomorrow, and also from the 5 race days, passing from LA Bay, also from Loreto, for the bikes Guerrero Negro, La Paz. And talking about La Paz today, it's a race day with the Dos Mares 500. It's a local race, it's like the Baja 1000 for these guys. But for the next week, almost all the race fans, La Palomilla, we say in Spanish, are gonna be in the race course waiting for all the riders and also the drivers and racers from the Norra Mexican 1000. These guys are waiting the race, and I think for me, it's the best race fan in the world. The people in La Paz, the people in Baja South are very friendly, are very humble. And also, we see this trophy truck from Pedro Perez from La Paz, Baja California South. Is the old trophy truck from Paul and Dave Simon, the Simon and Simon brothers. Abelino Carrillo, Pipo Carrillo is his nickname. He's a mechanic from Ensenada. He lived in La Paz and he worked with Antonio Lex in trying to fix that car, create different things. And it's like the old time with the road riders in the 90s with that truck, building by Russ Wernimont. So too much people is watching that car right now in the last weeks, checking pictures about his new face. And look at that, it's the number 160. You can see the logo from Ford. And in the old times, the trophy truck class in the 90s was sponsored by the Tecate beer. But this time, Cervecería Transpeninsular is the best beer for NORA and also for us. And Genesis,
thank you for the beer.
Yeah, in all the finish line, you're gonna see all the racers and the mechanics and the race teams can have a Cervecería Transpeninsular beer.
You can see all the sponsors in this little box behind.
Yeah.
You can see Aram Ice, Scampa, and all the sponsors to make this possible. Sing Art, Satélite del Norte, Yokohama Tires. Thank you very much to make this possible to continue believe in this amazing sport. Okay, follow us, please like and subscribe our Facebook NORA fan page and our NORA YouTube channel to get all the news, all the interviews, the best edition, the best moment, mile to mile, or the happiest race on earth. Please, you can follow us in all the transmission around the Baja.
Yeah, for sure, Genesis, and we're going to talk in Spanish. Este trophy truck que estamos viendo aquí con el número 160 es de Pedro Pérez de La Paz, Baja California Sur. Y como pueden ver en la imagen también se ven personas con la camiseta en su espalda, el número 16. En un principio era el número que querían traer en ese carro que corrían los hermanos Simon en los 90s. Y pues hubo un pequeño cambio, seguramente algún otro piloto ya tenía ese número asignado por parte de NORA y pues le están dando el 160. Este carro fue construido en 1991 por Russ Wernimont en California para el equipo ya desaparecido de los Road Riders de Jim Venable, corrido o participado por Paul y Dave Simon por muchos años hasta 1996, que después de esa temporada es cuando desaparece este equipo. Posteriormente pasó por las manos de diferentes pilotos mexicanos como Juan Carlos Ibarra, el famoso Tigrillo Ibarra aquí en Ensenada, también por parte de Rodi Amaya Jr., que era el anterior dueño, quien se lo vende a Pedro Pérez, que es piloto de Baja California Sur, y pues van a estar esperando toda la palomilla este carro, al igual que la próxima semana a todos los competidores de la NORA Mexican 1000, que es un evento que va a estar llegando con ellos Loreto, La Paz y San José del Cabo. Seguramente vamos a ver a mucha gente en el malecón de La Paz esperando por este desfile de máquinas de acero, tanto motos como carros, Genesis.
Les vamos a pedir por favor que estén muy al pendiente. Arrancamos el día de mañana la carrera a las 6 de la mañana o con la primera luz del sol, como podemos ver en nuestro cronograma, a las 7 de la mañana con los safaris y a las 9:30 con los vehículos. Recordábamos, como lo mencionaba Gabriel hace un momento, que en el caso de la calle, pues los vehículos van un poquito más lento, pero una vez que llegan a terracería, el equipo staff de NORA revisa los tiempos y le dice, ahora sí vas a empezar a toda velocidad. Y tenemos particularmente lo que es la Laguna del Diablo, que es un espectáculo donde ahora sí los corredores le meten gas a todo lo que da. Vamos a ver también algunas camisetas anaranjadas, como una de las entrevistas que hizo nuestro compañero Kevin al inicio de la transmisión, donde vamos a ver el equipo de Max 7, que ya es un equipo que lleva muchísimo tiempo a cargo de los pits, donde les van a dar asistencia mecánica, les van a estar al pendiente para poder rellenar de gasolina y que entonces sí podamos ver la velocidad a todo su esplendor. Muchísimas gracias a nuestros patrocinadores YOKOHAMA Method, Bilstein y todos los que están apareciendo en la cajita de acá abajo que hacen esto posible. Gracias por seguir creyendo en el deporte de off-road. Así que les vamos a pedir que se mantengan conectados y no dejen de sintonizar todas las novedades que les traemos para ustedes en el canal de Facebook, que es NORA Fanpage, y en el canal de YouTube, donde vamos a estar presentando ahora sí que toda la historia de NORA, milla tras milla.
Así es, Genesis. El día de mañana la meta en San Felipe va a ser en el Rancho El Dorado. Es un evento que va a ser un poquito más privado. Es la sede que se utilizó el año pasado en NORA, también en la Baja 500 que hubo ahí en eventos como la San Felipe 250. Y va a ser muy interesante para la gente que quiera ir a ver a los carros a tope, pues va a ser muy interesante. Y vamos unos momentos más con Kevin Johnson, a la revisión mecánica. Genesis, se estaba ahí platicando.
Kevin. Está.
Hello,
Hi,
Kevin.
Tech. So we're here floating around. We were rolling down the road earlier, getting some live interviews in front of some of the classic cars, which there are many of. There's so many down there. We got a bunch of the heavy hitters. We got a few yesterday. There's some more coming through today. We can look shortly to see some nice interviews that Sean and Al conduct with people you might have heard of before, like Jesse Jones or Ed Herbst or Mr. Mark Post. So they're going to be coming this way. They're going to sit down, gracious with their time, and give us a few minutes to talk for other fans out there. Again, it's just very smooth today. Everything is running nice. The crowd here has filled in a lot since yesterday. Yesterday we had people, but today it's like, yeah, it's getting crowded, which is good. It's good for the economy. All these taco stands are making money. It's just nice, you know, the music, the atmosphere. You see people just randomly dancing, so it's just a really good atmosphere to be in. A little bit of the schedule for tomorrow. The bikes will be taken off early in the morning. They're going to stage at 6 and they're going to roll out at 6:30 in the morning. I will be there. I will be broadcasting all the bikes going off. I think they're going off at 2-minute interviews, maybe 3, I don't know. But I'll be there for all the bikes. And then after that, the cars are going to stage at 9, the 4-wheel classes. And then, also the slow Baja classes running with the bikes. So they're going to be after the bikes go, then the slow Baja classes are going, and the Rapido Baja class. So they're going to be running that route as well. A little different, but they're going to start at the same time. And then we're going to have the vehicles go off at, line up at 9 and go off at 9:30. I'm going to try to get a start order this afternoon from the studio here behind me, see if I can get a start order and share that with you, or see if it's out online at the start order for tomorrow. I'm assuming it is, but I also think they have to wait until tech is finalized, and then they're going to put that order together. But we'll get that for you. So it's just great, and Sean's here. He's joining me again right now. Sean, welcome back. It's been hectic today, but in a good way, of course. It's been a nice, hectic, good way.
It's hectic, exciting. In all these races, I mean, anywhere you go, if things, especially when you're working like we are, if it's not boom, 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 you're not 100 miles an hour, something's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. It always works out, though. It does.
It does. It's hectic. I guess if this is hectic is our life. Yeah. This is just kind of the way it goes. But it's been absolutely wonderful. And then I was just overhearing you. It was funny when Kevin says Sean's going to join us in a minute. Well, Sean was right there, 8 feet away eating tacos.
He was pretty close.
Yeah, I was 8 feet away eating tacos, and I let Kevin do his thing. And but also one of my favorites down here, and just because he's just such a rad guy, Mr. Mark Post.
Yeah.
So you said I saw the Black Pearl go by a little while ago.
Diamante Negro, they call it in Spanish, the truck. So yeah, it's fantastic.
That's very exciting. He's always a lot of fun
and so approachable. Such a nice guy.
Yeah. When you come from the team, especially that Riviera truck, it's won so many races, been so involved down here in Baja for so many years, and you got that team and Mark and everything behind the wheel. Man, it's just. It just shows you the different levels of competitors in NORA. You've got YOLO and Yeti coming down in the Rapido Safari in their $91,000 Ford Ranger. Then you got Mark Post and Ryan Arciero.
A $91,000 Ford Ranger.
No, a 1991.
Oh, $1991. $1,000. Okay, very good.
Yeah, we talked to them earlier. Yeah. So I don't know if you know the story. Do you know the story with YOLO and Yeti?
No. Let's share that with the folks. Yeah.
So we talked to them a little while ago, but it's. They do a lot of different builds. They're from Iowa, and they've been to Baja to check it out, but they've never been part of a race. So Yeti, he decides that they're going to go racing down here in NORA. And they said they had plenty of vehicles in the yard that were worthy. Instead, they bought, and I'm just quoting them, I bought a $1,000 shitbox.
Yeah.
And built it. They gave themselves 30 days to build the car, and they turned it into this awesome, you can see it over there, it's going to be down in the car show in a little bit, this awesome 91 Ford Ranger. And then the first time they fired it, got in it right then and drove it here from Iowa.
Wow, that's a lot of confidence in your build too. Just hop in and it comes down.
He said there was rust holes the size of footballs in the thing, patched all up. And YOLO, she said Yeti pretty much did it all on his own. She helped out as much as she could, but he was just jamming sleepless for a month. And now they're down here. Really cool couple, and so they're going to be part of our Rapido Safari class.
That's awesome.
Yeah, really cool, right?
Yeah, it's so cool. Just the experience they're going to have. Oh my God, they're going to be hooked. They're going to be hooked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll see them at the 500 in October as well.
They're pumped already right now. I mean, they're having a blast, and it's funny. Like they said, they had been down here before. But not racing, and they had never been as far south as we're going. And I told them, I said, I've worn a few different hats over the last 25 years I've been coming to Baja, and I've been all the way down to the peninsula, both doing what we do and in other capacities. And I said, you're going to see stuff you have never seen in your life.
Oh yeah, first timers for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt, it's going to be wild. So. There's so much more to come. And then right behind the camera right now is this newer Wrangler Unlimited. Brand new. Looks like it's pretty much off the show floor.
Yeah.
I'm looking, right? You agree with me?
Maybe
Kevin?
the zip-up windows on the top, maybe. But I would think, it looks like it's off showroom floor.
So I'm thinking they're going slow safari.
Yeah, they're in the safari class.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got it all. So, I mean, if you want to come down and experience Baja, and really experience it, and you've got yourself a four-wheel drive off the showroom floor vehicle, even if it's old or young, you can do it. You don't have to go 100 miles an hour all the time. You're able to come down and make that happen and be part of it and come down here in our slow safari class, and which is a lot of fun. lunch.
Right.
They stop for cocktails.
Ice
they
cream.
stop for ice cream. They stop to take pictures. They go swimming. They do, they just have, they make a day of it every day. And they just chill and they have a good time.
They do use some parts of the same course, but for the most part, they'll jump back out, but they do it. Now, the thing is, with the slow safari, there's no safety gear. So that's why it's called slow safari. They're not going to race speeds, and they're penalized, and if you do it more than once, you're going home.
Yeah.
So you have to stick to that. And I think mostly that's probably insurance and stuff, but these guys know what they're doing, and they're happy. They're happy to do it. What a great way to experience NORA, because you're still there every night for the parties and stuff, and all the way down at the incredible fiesta down in San Jose at the end of the week.
Oh yeah, every night is a great big party, a great fiesta, and even when we're in the little fishing village of Bay NORA puts up a big tent. They have a great party, and and we just have a lot of fun. And you go to the places that are just easy, like Loretto, even La Paz, Cabo. It just makes life simple. So that being said, if you want to be involved, you can, without a doubt. I would love, I've been thinking about this for a few years, how to go about doing what we do, but yet still be able to be on the course.
That's cool. I tell you what, with technology and satellites, it could happen.
Dude, that's like the third time in 2 days you took like a whole sentence out of my mouth.
That's awesome. Well, great minds think alike.
Yeah, right? So that being said, we got a lot to come yet, and we're getting ready to not wrap up this portion of it, but we've got some other videos going on. We got some things happening. We've got navigation schools happening in a little while here, and we're going to be getting ready to go into a commercial break here momentarily, and we'll be heading back to there, and then I think we're going to the studio, and then we're back here with Kevin and I. We got some more interviews. We said, with any luck, Mark Post coming up right around the corner.
Mark Post and Ed Herbst and Jesse Jones and others. So yeah, we'll be back shortly after these ad breaks.
Right on, guys. We'll see you in a bit.
PCI Race Radios, the leader in off-road communications since 1972. Our equipment was developed for racing in Baja, perfected for enjoying the weekend with family and friends. Stay in touch with our track stereo intercoms, two-way radios, satellite communications, helmets and headsets. Find new adventures with GPS. Breathe clean air with Race Air Fresh Air systems. PCI has the highest quality communications, navigation, and safety equipment, backed by the best support in the industry. Find us at hundreds of events each year, supporting our equipment on site and providing the PCI Weatherman Relay. See you in the desert.
Yeah, I'd love an interview. That'd be great. Yep. Okay. All right, guys, we are back. We're here live here at the Bilstein Tech inspection area here for the 2022 Yokohama Norra Mexican 1000, brought to you by Method Race Wheels. They're lighter, they're stronger, they're faster. And I tell you, Yokohama Method Race Wheels, it's a winning combination, as we've seen before here in NORA. A lot of the competitors coming over the finish line each day in the podium position, that's what they're running. That's the combo down here. And we're going to get an opportunity to meet some of those drivers as the week goes on. They're easy to pick out because you're often running up front, those that are running the Yokohama tires out here. We've had some representatives from Yoke here yesterday, and I enjoy the fact that having Yokohama on board is very exciting because a lot of different racing I do is involved heavily with Yokohama. Just last weekend I was at Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri, a brand new $130 million racing facility there. And that's an asphalt facility with Porsche, and Yokohama was there. We were racing dry track and wet track all weekend long. You kept changing. We're going from the A004 to A005 tire. They're racing slick and their rain tire. And then a week later, I'm here in Baja and going over all of their off-road tires. They've got a long list of tires they use, from their UTVs to their buggies to the trophy trucks and everywhere in between. So a lot of great stuff coming out of the Yokohama camp from all forms of motorsport. So right now we are at the Bilstein Tech inspection. A lot happening here. About 170 cars through yesterday. Almost 300 in total for the weekend, which is very exciting here. We're back to what we were a few years ago, one of the biggest counts NORA has seen. So that's extremely exciting to have that many cars coming through here, that many different race vehicles and things. So we were talking earlier on about the Slow Baja Safari class. And Slow Baja is what that is. It's a class, it's unique to NORA. Just started a few years ago. It's a guided tour of Baja, if you will. It puts you right in the middle of the Mexican 1000, right in the middle of Baja. We do it at the 1000, we do it at the NORA 500 as well. You take the green flag like everyone else does every day, and then you follow through some of the most scenic and iconic sections of the race course of Baja. They stop for photos at all the scenic areas. They stop for food. They stop for ice cream. I mean, you name it. They have an awfully good time. So I'm looking out here. We got a bunch of stuff going on with tech right over here. There's Joe Dury over there. And so that is led by Mr. Slow Baja himself, a good friend of mine, Michael Emery. And Michael Emery, he is a great dude. And he does this in an old 72 Toyota Land Cruiser. And the thing Michael and I have in common is we both love the old Land Cruisers, and we both love tequila, and we both love Baja. And so in the Slow Baja, he's down there taking his time. He brings some of the best tequila you can imagine down there. And it's not about getting a mess or getting a buzz on. It's just about relaxing, having fun, enjoying yourself, experiencing Baja, pulling off the course in some areas and stopping in the little villages and stuff that the rest of the race is not doing, and having your lunch and things. And that's a class that anyone can come down and do. You go slow, you take it easy, you don't need a helmet, you don't need a 5-point harness, you just relax and spend 5 days traveling through Baja with your friends, your family, however many people you want to have in a vehicle, and just really enjoy yourself. And that's the Slow Baja Safari. Really, really cool. Another one that is new to this year, this is at times upwards of 60 miles an hour on course, is the Rapido Safari class. I'm gonna look at this a little bit. This is brand new to NORA this year, and new to me as well. It's unlike the slow class, the slow safari class. The way this works is they go a little bit faster here. This group takes a green flag every day. They follow longer sections of the race course than the slow safari does, so they spend more time on course. Still, you don't need a purpose-built race car to do that. Longer section of the course. The group is perfect for slightly modified vehicles that are more comfortable going 60 miles an hour on dirt. So you need a driver that feels comfortable doing that in the different vehicles and things. So that you also don't need helmets and race suits. They're not required for that class either. But we definitely invite you to check into that if you want to come out with a more stock vehicle, not a purpose-built race vehicle, but not spend a ton of money. Maybe you got something sitting in the garage that'd be great for it right now. The Rapido Safari class, that's for you for sure, without a doubt. And what's cool is this year, I've been coming to NORA for quite a few years, and over that time, since maybe 2017 for the NORA, I've seen so many competitors that are repeat, which is a great sign. You know you're having a good time, you know you're enjoying yourself. But this year, for 2022, so many new faces. So many. Has to do with those two classes I was just talking about, the slow safari and the Rapido Safari. So very exciting stuff. I'm sorry, I know I look a little lackadaisical. There's an awful lot going on right behind the camera as everyone's coming into the Bilstein Tech inspection area here. They're getting clustered up. They're going through a lot of vehicles coming through here. And between yesterday and today. And man, they are packing them in. And I'm just watching a little bit of slightly controlled chaos, if you will, is what's happening right now with all these vehicles. And so they're getting through as fast as they can. The cool thing is that Bilstein's team, Bilstein Shocks Suspension, their team, along with the NORA Tech team, they're second to none when it comes to knowing these vehicles inside and out. All of them are checked for safety. That's number one, is checking them all for safety. Number two is per class. They come through and make sure that they are all up to spec. No one say, quote unquote, cheating, you know what I mean? And make sure that everyone is exactly where they need to be per class and everything is legit and being done properly. So, a lot going on here for all this. We've got Mark Post coming up right around the corner here in a little bit. He is back again in the Black Pearl. And so very exciting stuff. We've seen that truck win so many races over the years down here in Baja, whether it's the 500 or San Felipe, 250, the 1000, the championships, racing best in the desert, and of course racing here in NORA as well. We've seen Mark Post and his team do so well here year after year for quite some time, and very impressive team and effort he puts in there in the Riviera, and so I'm very excited to see him here in a little bit. The way Contingency works here, it's kind of a big 180. It's like a horseshoe is what they do. So they start on one side, they go all the way down. There's a lot of things they have to go by. Some are important, some are not. Some have to do with tech, some have to do with eating tacos. And so they go all the way up and down and around. We've got the car show all the way in the back, and then they come down into their Bilstein Tech area here. And this is where the last final stuff happens. This is where they're loaded with their navigation, and they're go through all their tech for their safety and everything, Kevin.
Right, yeah, I was just out there. I just went right through the tech there. Yeah, I'm just trying to drum up some people to come over here, but they're so meticulous there. They're waiting, they're going, and so they're like, okay, in a minute, and I don't, you don't want to interrupt the process. Right, right. So, yeah. So it's there, but well, that's what I was just saying. I was explaining. I kind of got a little lackadaisical, so I was watching everything that was happening back here, and sometimes it'll get a little clustered up, and all of a sudden, boom, it all smooths out real quick. Yeah. And they'll rush them along a little bit. But there's a lot happening going on in each vehicle because of safety. You got to have all of your navigation done. You got to have all that loaded in. They check every legit race vehicle. The ones that are not in the slow Baja or rapid Baja Safari classes. Everything else is tech big time for safety. The dates on your harnesses, the dates on your helmet, the dates on your fire suits, your gloves, all that stuff. And then, of course, then going through the vehicle itself. And to do it properly, and that's the only way we do things here in NORA, is the right way, it takes time. And it varies by class. Because certain classes have to have limitations on this. They have to check all those, you know.
And keep in mind, they're not coming through here by class either. So each vehicle comes in, and each tech inspector has to go, oh, okay, I'm switching to this class. Okay, I'm going to this class.
Exactly.
And it's time-consuming to do it properly.
Yeah, but they're doing a great job. We're not trying to insinuate that it's going slow.
Oh,
they're doing a great
awesome.
job.
They're doing awesome. Yesterday, they jammed out 170 cars. I mean, that can't be far off of a record.
I would think so. Yeah,
that's a lot of vehicles to push on through there, and they're doing a wonderful job. And speaking of wonderful job, everyone has a lot of big smiles on and really enjoying the job that the NORA. And we haven't even started racing yet, Kevin.
No, I know, and the racing gets underway in earnest tomorrow morning with the bikes. Again, if you're just joining us now, the bikes are going to be staging at 6 a.m. and Mike Pearlman will be there to drop the green flag at 6:30, and the 2022 Yokohama Norra Mexican 1000 will officially be underway.
Now, Kevin, for tomorrow, will you be at the start, or are you going to be heading on out to San Felipe already?
Nope. I will be at the start all day tomorrow for all the vehicles, all the bikes, and the trucks. Cool. And then I'll just catch up with you at the finish line in San Felipe later in the day.
Okay, very good. Yeah. So, and you're going to see a lot of that, except for a couple days we get a little bit separated. But you're going to see Kevin in the mornings doing the starts. He's going to be bringing you all the action off the start line. I'm going to be there with you in the beginning, and poor Kevin, he's got to be double dipping all the time because he's going to be the start and then at the finish as well.
Yeah, but we're used to that, you know. This is NORA thing. Now we're gonna jump out here and go back to the studio for a minute, and then we're gonna go grab some guys to interview. So we come back, we'll have somebody set up for a nice interview.
Right, I will see you back in just a little bit.
much to stay with us. Please follow us, like, and subscribe on our Facebook NORA fan page and your NORA YouTube channel to get all the news, all the sponsors, the interviews, the past edition, and the best moment mile to the happiest race on earth. ¿Qué sucede con la junta de pilotos que tenemos hoy a las 6 de la tarde? ¿De qué trata? ¿Qué es lo que vamos a encontrar ahí?
Claro que sí, Génesis. Hoy a las 6 de la tarde en el Teatro Alegre Libre, dentro del Centro Social Cívico y Cultural Riviera de Ensenada, pues se va a llevar a cabo la junta de pilotos encabezada por Mike Pearlman, Pepe Guiza, también Eliseo García. Es donde platican cualquier duda, cualquier movimiento de última hora sobre la ruta, cualquier comentario, sugerencia que tengan los pilotos, los pueden escuchar por parte del director de carrera y explicar, y claro, van a recorrer los horarios de arranque de mañana, van a ir comentando que también se van a estar subiendo a la página de NORA los tiempos ya de llegada y el arranque para el siguiente día. Eso se va a subir en forma diaria a la página www.norra.com. Génesis, en el caso de los pilotos es obligatorio. Todas las series hacen esto. Va a ser en forma presencial por la pandemia del COVID. Había sido anteriormente en otras series
o virtual, ¿no?
Virtual. Ahora va a ser presencial y es muy importante para que la gente esté enterada, los pilotos, los copilotos de cualquier situación. También van a estar ahí la gente del Estela. Mucha gente pregunta, ¿qué es el Estela? Es el sistema satelital que ayuda a, en cualquier situación, conocer la ubicación de la moto o del carro, pero también en caso de alguna emergencia o cuestión mecánica,
en el momento.
Poder atender, claro que sí. NORA va a tener mucha cuestión de vehículos de apoyo, cuestión médica también, va a traer...
tema de seguridad, de asistencia, porque de repente en zonas remotas, por ejemplo, imagínense en Valle de los Cirios, donde no tenemos comunicación y hay alguna situación, esperemos que no, pero tenemos un equipo de última generación, con el caso de Estela, que va a estar al pendiente del movimiento de los vehículos. ¿Sabes qué? Llevas 1 hora, 2 horas sin moverte, estás bien, necesitas algo, necesitas agua, atención médica o atención mecánica. Para eso está todo el equipo que está preparando esta gran carrera.
Así es, Génesis, más que nada tener mucho cuidado con los pilotos, saber en caso de una emergencia, poderlos atender de la mejor manera y también contar con helicópteros para poder trasladar a esas personas en caso de que la situación lo amerite, poderlo hacer. Y es muy importante asistir a esta junta de pilotos que vamos a llevar a cabo para ustedes en esta misma sintonía en el canal oficial de NORA en YouTube y también en la cuenta oficial de Facebook de NORA. Hoy a las 6 de la tarde, Génesis.
Las 6 de la tarde. Hoy no tenemos recap, hoy vamos a tener la junta de pilotos para que ustedes puedan conocer de primera mano qué es lo que está sucediendo. Además de que hay muchísimas anécdotas que se comparten en esta junta de pilotos. No nada más son cuestiones técnicas. También se trata de platicar, de tener una cercanía, porque en NORA somos una gran familia que estamos trabajando por la diversión desde el corazón para las familias.
Así es, Génesis, bien lo acabas de decir, es una carrera para sanar y el alma, más que nada para divertirse, para tener mucha relajación y lo mejor de todo es un evento bastante familiar que vemos diferentes pilotos, copilotos de varias edades, vemos a niños, Max Gordon solamente 13 años de edad, muy chiquito la verdad, y él va a manejar, claro, con el permiso de Robbie Gordon, que es su papá, que no va a poder estar con él en todas las etapas, pero van a estar apoyándolo la familia Arciero con Ryan Arciero y Fran Arciero y pues va a ser muy importante ver cómo también otras generaciones van disfrutando de esta travesía, de esta experiencia y sobre todo las llegadas, Génesis. Las llegadas, hay unas fiestas de bienvenida, comidas con bebidas para que la gente pues, pueda gozar de la gastronomía mexicana creada por los mejores chefs en toda la península.
Thank you very much. We're going to see the recap, the best moments of the contingency at NORA Mexican 1000. We go to the recap.
NORA's great. It's a lot of fun to race with NORA, and they're very organized, and they put together a really good event.
It's professional. Everybody's been moving well, treated us well, very well organized. Direction's great.
It's the best race in Mexico.
We're coming down here to relax and have a good time in the NORA 1000 and just kind of take it down a few notches and enjoy the tacos and the cold cervezas.
but we love the NORA race. It's a lot of fun, just a very festive, laid-back atmosphere. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Really nice having the fans here, you know, after all the COVID stuff, being able to have them interact and handing out stickers to all the kids and letting the kids crawl on the car and take pictures. I mean, that's what it's all about. And we've been missing that for the last couple of years, so it's nice being down here again.
Love NORA and love Baja. Big fan of the people and big fan of the country.
This is a fun race, not a competitive race. It's more like a rally. You want to be safe and no one hurt.
This event, I mean, we've been wanting to do it for 3 years, so we're happy they're running it all the way to the peninsula tip this year, and we're excited about it. We've been down here to Baja many times racing, but first time with NORA, and we're anxious to see how this format works out for us. A little bit different, but we're excited to be here.
Always be careful in the course. Please stay off of it, so we can keep everyone safe.
Yeah, just stay clear of the course, let the drivers do their job, and just watch what you're doing. These things don't react really fast, so just do your best to stay out of the way and enjoy the time.
Of that for you. Gabriel and Hennessis doing a wonderful job there in studio explaining all this. So coming up here at 6 p.m. we have a beautiful theater here here at the Riviera here in downtown Ensenada, and in that it's packed full of all of our competitors, from our bikes to our Vespas to our UTVs to our trophy trucks and everywhere in between. And the way the drivers meeting works is it's not just about what's on course, it's about the way the week is going to work. As we see Mr. Marty Fayoka right there, the man, the myth, the legend, walking on by. And so way we get into this is we have Alicio Garcia. He's going to be the main one running this. We have Pepe as well, and they're going to talk about what is expected of the drivers on course and off as well. So the first thing they go through all of the navigation, making sure that everyone has everything what they need in their vehicles, and on the big screen they'll go through how it works. Make sure they understand how it works. They've taken courses, but without navigation, that's where things could get unsafe. So they have to know how to do all of that. So they're going to go through all of the navigation stuff. They're going to go through all of their Stella equipment. They're going to roll through the road book for each day as far as mileage before they get to each beginning of the race course, because they're on the highway in some areas here and they can't race on that. So when they leave the start line, they'll tell them, hey, you have 13 kilometers. I'm throwing numbers at you. We have 13 kilometers, and then we get into racing. There's areas on the course where they have to slow down going through certain villages and things. So they're going to touch on all of that as well, and what's expected if things go wrong as far as the end of it goes, if you have a problem out there in the sweep team and things. And so the drivers meeting is going to touch on all of that in great detail. I could sit here and talk to you about an hour about how that would work. I'm not going to bore you with it, but it's basically to make sure you have everything you need. Make sure you understand what you have and how to use it, and what to do and what to expect when things go wrong, and what's expected of you when you get to the finish line and things. So that being said, I'm going to move on here a little bit here. We're got some interviews coming up. Kevin's got some great stuff going on.
We'll be back in like 1 minute, I guess. We'll take a break and come back, and we have Mark Post and Jesse Jones and Mr. Ed Herbst for you in about 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah, we'll be back here after a commercial break. We'll be back with Mark Post, Jesse Jones.
Thanks, guys.
Kevin.
And Ed Herbst. You want to do it?
So, I'll let you do that. Yeah.
Steel-It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel-It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel-It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel-It to protect your investment.
PCI Race Radios, the leader in off-road communications since 1972. Our equipment was developed for racing in Baja, perfected for enjoying the weekend with family and friends. Stay in touch with our track stereo intercoms, two-way radios, satellite communications, helmets and headsets. Find new adventures with GPS. Breathe clean air with Race Air Fresh Air systems. PCI has the highest quality communications, navigation, and safety equipment, backed by the best support in the industry. Find us at hundreds of events each year, supporting our equipment on site and providing the PCI Weatherman Relay. See you in the desert.
But like Ed said, it's good to be back here after a couple of years break, getting to see the people of Baja and everything. We're just probably gonna go pretty easy the first 3 days and let itself kind of sort that self out, and we'll see where we are.
Now, between the two of you, I doubt there's many trails in Baja that you haven't been on. But I'm told there's new lines this year that haven't been raced before. Do you find that to be a true statement?
Yeah, I'm sure there is, and I'm excited about that. I mean, we've been around a lot of places in Mexico, but I tell you what, anytime they can add new roads, new things, new adventure, part of the Baja race, I'm all for it. I mean, it's fantastic. NORA takes the time to come down here and go through the communities and help the local people and race with the Mexicans and race in their country, and just being able to use new stuff is just cool.
Right, and I think some of that is getting permissions from some of the ranchers where they never had it before, so I think that's where some of the new trails lie. So, same to you. It's going to be pretty interesting, Jesse, to go on some new roads.
Well, sure. I think it's been 4 years since we've done a peninsula, or since I've been a part of a peninsula run, and excited to get down there and see what's new. And thanks, Mark, for letting me come along, and Ed, teaming up with these guys again. So, looking forward to it.
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't let you give a shout out to your throngs of fans you have down here in Baja. I want to give a minute and say hi to all them.
Yeah, for sure. Hello to everybody in Baja, and it's good to be back, and we look forward to seeing you on the trail. We're going to be each day, stopping in the local villages or wherever we are, and hopefully everybody will come out and say hello and get to participate in the traveling circus that this is all the way down the peninsula.
Exactly, and it seemed to you with that terrible, everyone knows Terrible Herps. Everyone knows your vehicle's going down, so seemed to you, want to give a shout out to your fans out there.
Yeah, again, thanks for Mike Pearlman and NORA and all the people that put on NORA and you guys. I mean, without you, this event, it's just, I feel is this an important part of the historic part of the Baja racing, and which my family and Jesse's family and Mark's family and everybody's a part of. We have history and legacies, and again, the people that are down in Baja love the sport, and we love the sport. We love being here, and hopefully they put on a good we always put on a good show, so that's not a problem.
That's like I said, I doubt there's a trail you don't know, but you'll find out here in a few days. So everybody, Jesse Jones, Ed Herbst, this is the 2022 Yokohama Norra Mexican 1000. Racing begins tomorrow on Sunday. Watch for these guys in that beautiful El Diamante Negro, the black Riviera trophy truck. We'll be back with some more interviews. We'll snag Mark here in a minute. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, I'm Matthew from Rally Moto Shop. RMS is the world's largest supplier of equipment for rally racing. Whether it's your very first road book or the podium at Dakar, we have the experience, knowledge, and service to help you build your dream bike and live all your desert adventures. We're very excited to be part of this year's NORA Mexican 1000. We wish all the competitors a fun, fast, safe adventure. See you on the start line.
Thank you very much for watching us. Thank you, Yokohama Tires. Make every drive a performance. 15 years of motorsports experience into every performance type that you can drive in the street or off the road.
Yeah, for sure, Genesis. This NORA Mexican 1000. We're here, Ed Herr from Terrible Hertz and Jesse Jones talking with Kevin Johnson. These guys are going to race the Riviera Trophy truck, the Black Diamond, in this NORA Mexican 1000 with Mark Post, and that is going to be exciting. These guys can beat everybody. It's going to be fun. Trying to beat Steve Menzies and Bryce Menzies, his trophy truck number 7, and also trying to beat the Baja terrain. That is part of the culture of this sport. Like we see in the Contingency road right now, different bags like the Mayor's Man and that class 12 checking from the Stella. And in the back, we see the Cubs racing team. These guys are gonna dedicate this race to the memory of his father, John Langley, who passed away almost 1 year ago in one local race in Ensenada, the San Felipe 250 from Record Off-Road Series. And Zach is gonna drive the white trophy truck spec we see in that image. And his son, Morgan, is gonna race the class 1 from the Cubs racing team. That's gonna be fun for trying to watch the bad boys the police officers trying to take all the bad boys from Baja California in the race course. And also, Genesis, we can see this drone image from the Continental Road checking all the sponsors like PCI, also Metal Race Wheels, Yokohama Tires, one of the best in this sport in the world. And also, we can see more people
we can
today.
Playing with them. Like
Yeah.
if we in a video game,
Yeah.
yeah, we can see all the action and the contingency.
Yeah, for sure, Genesis. And talking about the contingency,
Oh, look,
it's gonna be inside from
Kevin
the
and
tech.
Sean, the tech.
At the Tech 10, and also it's funny because today the Contingency Road is going to finish 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and after all, it's going to be the drivers' meeting so close to that point. And we can see this Jeep is from the Safari Expedition class, also the trophy truck for the Paul Simon, driving by Pedro Perez, and these 2 Class 8s. It's going to be fun trying to watch tomorrow. Remember, the first bike starts 6 a.m. and the Safari Special class 1 hour after the first bike, 7 o'clock in the morning. And then the first trophy track, 9:30. It's gonna be something special for everybody. I know people don't have maybe the car or the time for go to the race course near to Piedras Gordas or Ojos Negros, but you can go and see the staging for the cars, taking pictures with the drivers in the Boulevard Costero, or maybe you can go to another spot near to the highway, trying to say hi to the drivers and have fun. It's a Sunday day for everybody. Today in Mexico is the Children's Day, so bring your kids to the Contingency Road, and tomorrow, please bring to the star line from the NORA Mexican 1000 Genesis.
Recuerden que empezamos mañana a las 6 de la mañana con la salida de las motos a la primera luz del sol, a las 7 de la mañana con la salida de los safaris, tanto los rápidos como los lentos. Recuerden que en esta ocasión tenemos dos categorías, una donde vamos, digamos que con estos equipos mucho más rápidos, que tienen algunas modificaciones donde es importante la velocidad, y por el otro lado tenemos el safari lento para aquellos que quieren ver las bellezas del Océano Pacífico, pero también el Mar de Cortés, donde vamos a ver muchísima playa, escenarios extraordinarios. De igual manera, estamos viendo en este momento algunas de las imágenes del dron, donde vamos a ver toda la contingencia, la revisión mecánica, y también en el spot donde están nuestros compañeros Sean y Kevin dándonos todas las novedades de qué es lo que está sucediendo con los pilotos, con los vehículos, para hacer esto mucho más divertido. Muchísimas gracias a nuestros patrocinadores Yokohama Tires por hacer esto posible. Son más de 50 años de experiencia en deportes de motor. Y ahora sí que puedes vivir tu experiencia tanto en la calle como en este tipo de deporte off-road. Así que te vamos a pedir que estés muy pendiente, ya que si tú no te puedes trasladar hacia Valle de la Trinidad, hacia Ojos Negros, San Felipe, Bahía de Los Ángeles, Loreto, para poder vivir la acción de cerca, vas a poder revisar la transmisión que vamos a tener para ti todos los días desde las 8 de la mañana para que no te pierdas ni un solo momento de esta carrera tan emocionante.
Así es, Genesis, vamos a ver algo interesante todos estos días de competencia y recordarles, mañana el primer día va a ser una ruta diferente para las motos en ciertas partes en relación a los carros entre Ensenada y San Felipe. La meta es el Rancho El Dorado, pero el siguiente día, que es el lunes 2 de mayo, va a ser el arranque en la zona cercana al Hotel Cortés, en las dunas de San Felipe. Eso es una parte muy emocionante. Van a agarrar parte de la ruta anterior de la San Felipe 50 de Score International, pero en sentido contrario. Y va a ser muy suave para que la gente pueda asistir. Sabemos que en San Felipe hay mucha afición a este deporte del off-road y también al rally. Y la meta para el caso de las motos va a ser en Guerrero Negro. Y también
diferente.
La categoría Safari va a terminar en Guerrero Negro. Ahí descansan el lunes por la noche. Y en el caso de los carros rápidos, van a parar en Valle de Los Ángeles, donde va a haber una fiesta de bienvenida espectacular y única, con mucha bebida, mucha comida y mucho sabor a México, por cortesía de NORA, patrocinadores también como Cervecería Transpeninsular, que es la cerveza oficial de la NORA Mexican 1000, también por parte de Satélite del Norte y Fat School, que van a estar apoyando con pits a lo largo de toda la ruta en cada noche de las metas, Genesis.
Por favor, dejen en sus comentarios todo lo que quieran saber acerca de las novedades, acerca de los pilotos, las rutas, por dónde van a pasar, dónde van a estar los pits, en qué lugar podemos encontrar a los chicos de Fab School. No olvidemos que son una escuela que se dedica precisamente a través del trabajo de sus estudiantes a brindar asistencia mecánica durante la NORA Mexican 1000. Así que les vamos a pedir que se mantengan conectados. Comment what do you want to see or know about the racer, the sponsor, the book route, when gonna start the race, and all the news about the 2022 Yokohama Norra Mexican 1000, the happiest race on earth.
Yeah, for sure, Genesis. We're seeing right now in the picture or TV screen, Mark Post Trophy Track number 3 is one of the most amazing trucks in this race and also in this sport. In the past, Robbie Gordon drive that truck, so it's fun. See Ed Hurst taking a picture with a race fan. Too much people know that guy is gonna be driving this trophy truck in different parts from the race course with Jesse Jones and also with Mark Post. It's gonna be interesting trying to know who is gonna start tomorrow the race in the Black Diamond. Maybe it can be Mark Post, Jesse Jones, or Ed Hurst. And then these guys are gonna switch, trying to drive from different points. We're gonna go with Chan Sermini to the Contingency Road. Chan.
Hi, Chan.
It was a busy one, boy. Day 2, it's no different. An awful lot happening here. A lot of smiles on, a lot going on. all kinds of cars coming through, all kinds of absolute stars of the desert have been through here so far yesterday and today. And we're talking from the Gordon family, the Arcieros, all the way up through, Mark Post and his team, the who's who in desert racing, and the who we don't know as well. We've done a lot of interviews with that as well, and having an awful lot of fun. We had a great time earlier. We met Yolo and Yeti, Yolo Freeman and Yeti Norwell. I told you a fun story about them. They're down here racing in the Rapido Safari class, and what that is restraints and helmets and everything aren't necessarily needed. They don't really go over 60 miles an hour, which is still going pretty fast in the desert. And a $1,000 1991 Ford Ranger. Now, granted, I didn't get the detail of what you put into it, but it's a very low budget build done very quickly in a 30-day period. They're down here as well. We met some other wonderful competitors. We had a father and son team, a father-daughter team come through earlier as well. That was Olivia Lepheimer and her father Rex, and they cruised on through. They're down here for the very first time together. They've never raced. They've never been to Baja. They've never raced together, and they're down here together in a UTV. They're doing some great stuff. But more importantly than that, more importantly than any of that, what we have going on is a full-on VIP. Kevin, full-on VIP coming up. Mr. Mark Post, my man. I'm going to stand up for this one. How are you, sir?
Good to see
you, man. So, folks, we all know who he is, Mr. Mark Post here. It's been a while since I've had an opportunity to see you.
Yeah, a couple years.
It's been a couple of years doing everything that's going on here, but he needs no introduction. You got a big smile on your face, Mark. I've been following you and your wife and everything you guys on the old Instagram. Life has been good.
Yeah.
And you look great.
Thank you.
And I appreciate that. Yeah. And very excited to have you back, Mark. How do you feel to be back here at NORA?
I'm very, very excited. We got derailed with COVID in a couple different scenarios, and to see this race happening again, it's one of my favorite races ever.
Yes.
It's 5 days of racing. It's the camaraderie, and there's racing in the middle of it, and it's fantastic format. I absolutely love it. It's great to be back in Baja and have Riviera going for it. And I'm doing it with my two best buddies, Jesse Jones and Ed Herbst.
Yeah.
And we look forward to this every year.
I want to just throw out to real quick. It's funny, and I want to get your opinion on it. So yesterday, and I think you might fall in this category, I was talking to Ryan Arciero yesterday, and I was telling him, and this was off camera, and I said, in my opinion, I've never raced NORA. And I'm like, but for this one, it's kind of, a little more laid back. It can be a little more fun. And he goes, yeah, unless you also then you ruin the fun because you just want to win so bad. And I think you probably fall in that category. Am I right?
100%. Because at the end of the day, we're all racers.
Yeah, right.
And so we all talk about let's just cruise and have fun and all that. But once the flag drops, it's on. And we've had a lot of battles with Ryan down here in the NORA race, and he's all about winning. There's no question there.
Oh, yeah.
And Riviera is all about winning as well. So it's a combination of everything.
Yeah.
But it's still.
You're down here with the Black Pearl again.
Yes.
As you and that truck and everything, that is Baja. That's Baja Racing. You've done so well. You won so many races and things. Tell me a little bit about, for the people at home that don't know the history of that truck and where it came from and everything you've done with it, because you've done some amazing things since you've owned that truck.
Well, the truck is now 30 years old, believe it or not.
That's crazy.
It was built in 1992 by Robbie Gordon, and then he put it in the back of the corner of the shop and was building the next greater, better, and I bought it in about 1996.
Okay.
And it became the cornerstone of Riviera Racing, and we evolved the truck. It's mostly the original truck.
Okay.
But we had a tremendous run with that car. And,
yeah.
Just lots and lots of wins, lots of podiums, lots of success, and ultimately that car has become iconic with the Riviera Black Diamond. It's very well known in Mexico and in the sport. and it's still going competitively today.
You know, the funny thing is, you know, I grew up and now, once again, still live in Western Massachusetts. About as far away as you can be in the States from Baja racing. But I've always followed off-road race, everything. It's been the names like you and other guys from short course race and everything. You know, I have watched growing up, and the last, you know, a decade or so, I've been more involved with racing and down here and stuff. And it's just it's a joy, it's a pleasure for me to be able to sit here and like talk to you. I mean, I've known who you were for so long, and I've known that truck for so long. And so you know you've done well with a team, as a team, and as a driver in a truck. When a kid from Massachusetts knew who you were 25, 30 years ago, that's pretty bitchin'.
And it's a multi-generational thing. I come to the start line at the Baja 1000 last November, and I think it's a reflection of me getting a little older, but you know, a father will walk up with a picture, wanting a picture with his baby, and then he'll show me a picture of his father with a baby, and he was the baby. And now I'm on about third generation of this, and I said, wait a minute, Mark, are you getting older?
Right.
But it's really cool, you know. It's a multi-generational sport, not only with the racers.
Yeah.
You know, the Herbst family, our family, the Arcieros, the Gordons. You know, it's multi-generational.
Yeah, it really is.
Legacy. It keeps off-road going forward from its roots.
Yep.
And you know, once you get the Baja Bug,
really,
it's with you for life, and it's actually been the greatest thing I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, I can understand that.
The whole experience is second to none.
You know, I remember the first time I was down here racing. I was on an ATV. I came down and raced the 500, maybe 99 or 2000. And I was so excited to be here, but I was actually more excited to see you guys and the Herbsts and the Gordons and all that stuff. It was kind of overwhelming going through tech and all that stuff, because I was more wrapped up in, you're like, holy shit, that's Mark Post, than I was doing my own thing. And sadly enough, I ended up breaking down and spending most of the night out in the middle of the desert.
Well,
but that was my first experience out here.
You haven't raced Baja until you spend the night in the desert.
Yes, I did. And you know, and it wasn't a bad night either. I watched some good racing.
Oh, yeah.
There was nothing I could do about it.
I used to take the seat out of my single seat Class 1, build a fire, sit in the seat, right? And pitch black.
Yeah.
Because I knew we didn't have the radios and the satellite phones and all this stuff. It would be a long time till anybody found me.
Yeah, right, exactly. You're just out there listening to the coyotes, looking at the stars.
You hear them too.
Yeah, that's great. But that was my first experience. That's exactly how it went
fantastic.
down. And I sat there with my swing arm and my axles and everything on one piece, and the rest of the machine over here, and I just hung out. Oops, my bad.
No, I used to pack a little duffel bag behind my seat, and I'd have a little bit of tequila, a cigar. Back then, those little battery video games.
Oh, sure.
And I would just sit out there.
Yeah, it's really not that bad. You're set on, it's not bad enough. No one's bothering you.
Nope.
Yeah, it's stress-free.
Fantastic. And there's a zillion stars.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as at nighttime, there's not a better view at night with stars than when you're out in the middle of nowhere here in Baja, and it's quiet. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Fantastic.
Well, Mark, we got a lot of racing coming up. I know I'm going to be at the finish line every day. I know we're going to be talking a lot. And
I hope so.
Yeah, I got a feeling it's going to be positive.
Good.
You know what? One last question.
Yeah.
So, in Bob Gordon's buggy this year is his grandson Max.
Yeah, he's going to start the race.
I think you've known Max since he was a baby.
Yeah, and Robbie and I are very good friends. I went and watched Max in his first race. It's got to be 5 years plus, where he in a side-by-side at Parker.
Yeah.
And he did fantastic, and he just keeps growing and getting better. He's the real thing.
Oh, he's a real deal.
And the thing that's fortunate for Max is that Robbie will make sure he's in the best equipment, get the best training. He's going to be a force to deal with, and so he's going to start the race from what I understand.
Yep.
And then Butch and Ryan. But it's great to see. It's great to see.
And like you said, too, the thing is, Robbie's one of the hardest working guys in motorsports. You know, I've spent 8 years working for him. But if there's, in my opinion, the two things that he's best at is driving in the technology in building cars.
Well, I've said to Robbie every time I talk to him almost, you're the best engineer in the history of off-road racing.
Yeah, without a doubt. And he's not afraid to do things that are just kind of outlandish.
Yep.
And make it work.
Yep.
And then as far as off-road goes, the career is the stars from Emmons.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it really is. So, excellent. Well, Mark,
pleasure.
Yeah, it's great seeing you, brother.
I do hope to see you every day.
yeah, me too, man. Me too. All right, guys. The man, the myth, the legend, Mark Post here. And we're going to see him every day. We're going to be pulling for him. I mean, if you want to see someone having fun at the finish line with a big smile on his face, this is the guy every time, man. Every time. All right, brother.
Have a good day.
All right, guys. So, a lot still to come here. We've got another couple hours left here at our Bilstein Tech inspection area. And contingency and things as we continue to move on. Quite a few more stars that I know are here this weekend racing that we haven't seen yet. So hopefully we'll have an opportunity to meet with them as well. If we don't, not the end of the world. We still got 5 days of racing coming up. And so we'll be seeing them at the start line, at the finish line as well, as I'll be catching those interviews with them all the way down through to the end of the peninsula at Baja. So a lot happening here. And as I was talking, that was a perfect transition. I was talking about Olivia and Rex Lepheimer, brand new to off-road racing. Not just a NORA, not just a Baja, but to off-road racing, brand new. And then right after that, we transitioned into Mr. Mark Post, and he is Baja racing. So very, very cool stuff. It's from the first timers to been there, done that, won races, won championships, have done it all, and everywhere in the middle. And so it makes it very exciting here. So we've got right now some great footage of our drone flying around right now. If you check it out, going all the way down to our NORA arch right there, the big orange arch. And so you can see right now there's a good shot. Oh. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I thought we had something. I thought we were showing our drone footage there. My bad. The thing is, the language barrier sometimes here is a bit of an issue. And our producer and I, we're getting better at it. We've got some handwritten notes he shows me here and there for a minute ago, 30 seconds ago. But the language barrier is a bit of an issue here. As we got our drone out right now, flying over our Bilstein Tech inspection area. And you can see right there, very cool stuff. And just for fun, just so you know how what's really going on here, as we're sitting here, I'm looking over my shoulder, my producer's trying to talk to me. He looks up, he's telling me something in Spanish, his headset falls off. This is live entertainment, folks. This is literally how it's happening. And I get a kick out of it, because this is what it's all about. We're trying to put together the best that we possibly can right there with our drone. And there is Clark, the man, the myth, the legend. Clark over here helping us out, get everything all dialed in. As you see, a bunch of people having a lot of fun with our drone here. As we continue on with a lot of laughs, a lot of smiles, everybody enjoying themselves, and it's just been an excellent time here for day one. Mark Post, always a great interview.
Oh my God, yeah, the guy is just a genuine guy.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
When he looks at you and says, "What's up, brother?" He means it.
That's the feeling you get. Exactly.
Yeah, very cool. So still moving on here, but we're going to be heading back here in just a moment to Gabriel and Hennessis in the studio. Gabriel, Hennessis, great job all weekend long. I'm sure you got some great stuff for us. Headset's falling off.
Thank you very much to stay with us. Thank you to Yokohama to make every drive a performance. Yokohama Tires, our prime sponsor. I'm Genesis, and this is my partner Gabriel Garcia, our expert host. We are along with you in this adventure. Sean told us very important information about the racers. What do you see? The Black Diamond?
The Black Diamond, the Riviera Racing Trophy Truck number 3. That is a Ford F-150. And it's going to be one of the top favorites for trying to win the overall in this time.
Yeah, and we're going to see some comments of our viewers. This is amazing. So much hellos. Jen Hobson, they start the racing tomorrow at 6 a.m. Start with the motos at 7 a.m. to the safaris at 9:30 the cars.
Yeah.
Let's start. Drew Latham, let's go 136. Mark Stein, famous Mark Stein, Ace Motorsports next year. Race starts tomorrow. Thank you very much to the comment. And Ace Uniforms sponsor many race teams. Thank you very much to be helpful. And Go Joe Howler sponsorships. We have our sponsors in this little box behind us. And Mariana Beltrán watching this video. And Ramón E. Macías, puros clásicos. Simón Leo, claro que sí. Vamos a estar presentando mucho más entrevistas con gente que tiene muchísima historia en la carrera y sobre todo muchísima experiencia. En la mañana vimos a Saltfish, toda una leyenda, y la verdad, el poder escuchar de viva voz su experiencia, cómo están viviendo esta 2022 Yokohama Norra Mexican 1000, it's amazing.
Sí, la verdad que sí, Genesis, poder platicar con Saltfish como lo hizo Kevin Johnson, con Walker Evans, dos leyendas vivientes de este deporte que le han dado bastantes historias, aventuras, experiencias, y seguramente en esta carrera ambos lo van a vivir. Walker Evans ya está retirado como piloto, pero seguramente va a estar siguiendo desde su helicóptero la carrera. En el caso de Saltfish, pues va a estar manejando un bochito junto con varios de sus mejores amigos. Es una unidad creada en 1970 y pues va a tratar más que nada de divertirse, no tratar de enfocarse de lleno en ganar, sino salir a divertirse, que es lo más importante de esta carrera. Es una carrera para aliviar el alma, para sonreír y sobre todo disfrutar lo que a veces ya muchos pilotos dicen: ya no puedo correr en alguna otra serie porque ya los jóvenes me están superando. Aquí es una carrera para todas las edades, no hay límite de edad, ya sea muy grandes o muy jóvenes o muy chicos de edad, todos pueden correr en la Norra Mexican 1000, que va a llegar también la próxima semana a Loreto, Baja California Sur, un excelente lugar, ahí en el malecón. Es de mis metas favoritas, ya que va a ser un show especial por parte de la familia McMillan, que va a estar apoyando la llegada ahí, con las bebidas, con la comida, pero sobre todo
con la diversión.
La diversión.
Es padrísimo, la verdad. Quoting our CEO, Mike Pearlman, this is a race for fun, this is a race from the heart, this is a race for the family. Please enjoy the happiest race on earth. Thank you for our prime sponsor, Metal Race wheels for off-road and rally application like Baja Bug, trophy trucks, short off-course trucks, Jeeps, SUVs, and UTVs. This is amazing, this is an experience, and this is a way to enjoy Baja.
Yeah, for sure, Genesis, is going to be something fun. Almost all the people is thinking, all the racers, drivers in San Jose del Cabo, Cabo San Lucas, like Mark Post, he owns the Cabo Azul Resort in that place. But first, it's step by step. First, it's going to be start the race tomorrow in San Andrés Boulevard Costero, then trying to go to San Felipe. The next day is trying to go to LA Bay in the class on the cars, and also for the bikes is Guerrero Negro. And the other day is Laredo, and then La Paz, and finish in San Jose del Cabo. But it's going to be fun, and also almost all the time you can see the sea, the beach, the terrain, the desert, the mountains.
The Pacific Ocean and Mar de Cortés. This is amazing. It's two different kinds of ocean, and it's very exciting to be in there. Remember this in this race tomorrow. Start at 6 a.m. from the bikes, 7 a.m. for the safaris, and 9:30 to the cars, and finish in San Felipe. Tomorrow finish in San Felipe.
In El Dorado Ranch is going to be the finish line for the big party for all the drivers and race teams. But before that spot is going to be the closing time near to the San Felipe storage. It's near to the highway. That's going to be something fun, Genesis, because it's a top speed near to the Sur Road place. And I think the first trucks and also the bikes are going to have too much speed in that spot, in that place. But also, we're going to talk about the Mexican driver racing in this Mexican 1000 in Spanish. Tenemos muchos corredores de México participando en la Mexican 1000 de NORA, como el caso de Oscar Gel, que va a correr en motos con Steve Montana de Estados Unidos. Es una moto antigua, es una moto clásica, Honda, y van a estar tratando de llegar punto por punto. Ya han corrido anteriormente y han hecho muy buenos tiempos. Estuvieron peleando el overall el año pasado. Por problemas mecánicos en el último día se quedaron muy cerca de eso, pero seguramente lo van a lograr. Y aquí estamos viendo a Mark Pose con Jesse Jones tomándose fotos con aficionados que están aquí saludando a los diferentes corredores. Es un día de apreciación para el fan, como lo hace Grandes Ligas, lo hace la NFL, la NBA y los mejores deportes del mundo. Aquí en NORA también, por supuesto. Te puedes tomar fotos con ellos, puedes pedirle calcomanías, pósters. A veces, si te va bien, alguna camiseta, alguna gorra oficial.
¿Tu selfie?
La selfie, claro que sí, ahorita que están de moda. Y lo mejor de todo, poder ver estos carros, que muchos de ellos ya son carros de cierto tiempo, como el de Riviera, que estamos viendo esta imagen, que es de los 90s, pero hay carros de los 70s, hay carros de los 80s y de los 90s, igual que este carro de Mark Pose, y también los carros modernos que vimos ayer y hoy, como el equipo Cup Racing, que apenas está pasando ahorita por la revisión mecánica con sus 2 vehículos. Son carros muy modernos y esto le gusta a la gente, que es una mezcla. Vemos aquí a familias completas caminando y estamos viendo estos carros clásicos que están en exhibición. Son buggies areneros de la empresa Measures Mans, que es una de las más famosas en este deporte Génesis. Y no solo eso, es también parte de la cultura del off-road y del rally aquí con NORA, cada año participando. Y seguramente esta aventura no la van a dejar pasar y van a también participar a partir de mañana.
Y que se ha convertido en parte de la cultura del baja californiano y particularmente del ensenadense. Ahora sí que podemos escuchar muchísimas historias de nuestros amigos, de nuestros conocidos acerca del off-road. Muchísimas gracias a nuestros patrocinadores y vamos a pasar con Kevin, que tiene una entrevista sumamente interesante para nosotros. Recuerden, hoy tenemos la junta de pilotos, sintonícenos a las 6 de la tarde. Hi Kevin, can you hear us?
We are live here at the Bilstein Tech inspection of the 2022 Yokohama. Julie, come have a chair over here. Welcome to another NORA. How you doing?
Awesome. So excited to be here this year.
Yeah, finally fans again and all the way down the peninsula.
It is so much fun. There are so many people here and everybody's having a great time. There's tacos flowing and ceviche. And this year's beer is pretty phenomenal too. I don't know if anybody knows this, but NORA actually puts out their own beer every year. And this year it's a tribute to John Langley from Cops Racing.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
It's fabulous. It's one of those things that everybody keeps an extra can on their shelf at home, and you get a little collection going, kind of like Scores bottles. You know, everybody's got their NORA can of beer. So pretty spectacular this year that John Langley's being, recognized.
Yeah, that's great. Now, Julie, you've been around Baja Racing for eons. Yeah. Yep. So to get back here and to be one with the fans again, it's got to be something special for you.
Oh, it is. It's fabulous just to connect with everybody, to give all the kids stickers. And we bring down all of our race t-shirts every year too and donate them. Every year, you get more and more t-shirts and more boxes and you don't know what to do with them. So we always bring them down to Mexico every year to donate them.
Now let's talk something. There's 2 more things I want to touch on, but first, you're going to Iron Women this race. So tell the folks at home about your car and what your plans are.
So I'm racing my 1/1600 car, and I've chosen to race every single race mile of this race. And coming off the Baja 1000 last year with our all-girls team, we did great. We were the only U.S. team to finish 1600, and I don't know how many other girl driver records there are. I think maybe 2 or 3 this race, not a whole bunch.
I've seen a few names, but I don't have the answer.
Right. So anyway, I've decided to drive every single mile. So myself and my co-driver Bones, we're gonna attempt to eat this elephant one bite at a time.
Well, you got a good co-driver with Bones there.
Yeah, Bones a great co-driver. He co-drove with me in the 1000, and even better, the guy that preps my car, my husband, who just does a fabulous job every single time. Brings me a car that's just solid as solid can be. Adam Wick does a fabulous job on our motor, and Foltz does our tranny, and they're bulletproof.
So how are you going to manage, this is where the part 2 of it comes up, how are you going to manage being behind the wheel for every mile, yet still running your fantastic company, Finish Line Hydration?
So I've told all my clients that we'll be doing IVs as soon as I get out of the race car. So my chase crew will have the Finish Line IV tent up every day, and then as soon as I pop out of the race chase car and wash my hands, I'll be doing IVs for everybody all the way up and down the coast. Everybody likes to pre-hydrate today, but it seems like every single day somebody always has either a stomach issue, especially being down here in Mexico, or sometimes it's self-induced, drank a little too many cervezas, a little too many shots of tequila. But we go all the way up and down, all the way down to Cabo, and we're even there the day after the big party.
Smart. You have a lot. You have a bunch of people join you the day after the big party.
Yeah, there's always a bunch of people that definitely do that. They want to get ready before they go back home and be feeling great. But really, we encourage everybody to drink a lot of water, but to hydrate as many times as they want all week with an IV. IV hydration is different than drinking water.
Right.
The way it hydrates you.
Now they're going to find you where? You're going to be at the finish line every day of the race.
Yeah, I'll be at the finish line every day of the race. We'll have our tent up. I won't be bringing the trailer all the way down like I did last year, but we'll be bringing the tent down and we'll have everything set up, and we'll be able to give everybody the infusions that they get right now here at the start line. They'll be able to get those every single day at the finish line.
That's so awesome. Now, Julie, it's a big effort. I know you thank Bones and you thank your husband and stuff, but there's a lot of people behind your team. You want to give them a shout out right now too?
Absolutely. So it's another product, but our BFG tires, we only run BFGs, and they are, again, bulletproof. Nate from BFG really does take care of us great, but Lisa is my chase truck driver, and Bones brought his nephew down to help keep her company in the chase car, so the four of us are going to try to tackle this and make this work and make it happen.
Awesome, Julie. We wish you the best of luck, and I'm sure we'll see you every day at the finish line. I won't be at the finish line. Sean will be, so Sean will interview at the finish line.
Right.
I'm going to be mid-race during the day, so in the transit stations, if I see you, we'll grab a quick word.
Well, I get to talk to Sean 5 times then.
Oh, nice.
Right?
I like the confidence very much.
I get to talk to Sean 5 times, and hopefully at the after party too, and just so excited to be here. Mike Pearlman's outdone himself this year. It is bigger and better than most amount of entries ever, right? At any NORA, I heard?
I think so. There's a lot. I don't know.
269 from what I heard.
We were wondering that too, if there was more on previous days, and we didn't really get a solid answer. So, I'm going to go with what you said.
I heard that this is the most amount of entries they've ever had, and really in varying classes. It seems like so many people are running UTVs. I just came from Silver State yesterday doing IVs, and almost 50% of the entries were UTVs, but here it's so great that we have so many different classes, and that the UTVs kind of aren't taking over, and all the old school cars are here. It's just fabulous.
Right, Sean and I earlier today, if you guys are with us for the broadcast, we touched on the UTVs and how such a growing class it is, but yet in this NORA, we've got everything from Vespas to three-wheelers. Yeah, there's 2 Vespas in here, yeah.
Is it Dave Cole that's racing a Vespa?
No, it's 2 guys that came from Italy.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
So that's going to be great, and we got, all the way up to the giant trucks, a Mark Post truck, and we just saw Zach Langley go by there, and the Trophy Spec truck, so
another shout out too to the Langley crew. They really do take care of me. Mike Mimihan will be helping me work on the car, and that's their pit crew chief, because my husband's not able to come to this race, and so every team really does help each other out here. This is one of those few times in life where everybody bonds together as a really tight community to help each other, and so it's lovely. And the Ernquist group is loaning us a couple guys too to help me drive home, because I'm driving home by myself with the chase car, so they volunteered one of their guys, and so it really is, it's a great community here. Yep, we all take care of each other. That's the way you got to do it.
Yeah, that's how it should be. And Julie, thank you so much for your time, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, Julie Boyer. Okay, guys, we're going to come back here in just a few more minutes. We're going to find some more people walking by. We just saw Zach Langley there. We might try to grab him, I don't know. But stick around, and we'll be back right after this. When they come back from break, you want to go ahead next? You can do. Baja Bug. Yeah, Baja Bug the movie.
PCI Race Radio is the leader in off-road communications since 1972. Our equipment was developed for racing in Baja, perfected for enjoying the weekend with family and friends. Stay in touch with our track stereo intercoms, two-way radios, satellite communications, helmets and headsets, Find new adventures with GPS. Breathe clean air with Race Air Fresh Air Systems. PCI has the highest quality communications, navigation, and safety equipment, backed by the best support in the industry. Find us at hundreds of events each year, supporting our equipment on site and providing the PCI Weatherman Relay. See you in the desert.
Steel-It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel-It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel-It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel-It to protect your investment.
Okay. Don't make it easy. You just want to go, Mike. Just keep her out close to your mouth.
About here?
Hey guys, we're back. 2022 Yokohama Norra Mexican 1000, brought to you by Method Race Wheels. We're here live at the Bilstein Tech area. I'm Sean Sermony. Right next to me, I got someone very special. This is Michael Squire. We got something very cool to talk about. Michael came up. We just started rapping a little bit.
Yep.
It is the Baja Bug movie. Michael's been working on this for quite a while. Without getting into great detail, Michael, you tell me a little bit about it. What's going on here? What's happening?
So, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's a documentary about the story of the Baja Bug, where it came from, where it is now, and everything in between, you know, and it's told through the people that made it what it is.
Yeah.
You know, the car itself is one thing, and what it can do is amazing. You know, it can go anywhere. It can do anything. It's such a simple thing that has more than the sum of its parts, you know?
Yeah,
but
it makes sense.
It's the people that really make it something special, that make it a legendary car, and that really pioneered what's possible.
Yeah.
And, you know, you wouldn't have any of this here today if it wasn't for the Baja Bug and for the Myers-Manx, ultimately. And, you know, the Myers-Manx is what inspired the creation of the Baja Bug.
Yep.
I mean, I know you had, like, Class 11s, kind of stock Beetles running in the first Mexican 1000, but it was kind of that next iteration that took it a step further.
Sure.
And I mean, what you have now in those Class 11s is not really stock.
Right.
It's a stock class, but it's not stock. And you know, the guys that race it today are something special. You know, and it takes a true man and a true driver to really do what these guys do, and it's great to be a part of it and tell their story.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you mentioned that. We talked to a couple of drivers just this weekend alone, and I was talking to Kevin. It's amazing to go out here and run, you know, the 1,000 miles with. I know you said not really stock, but even with a little more an inch or two extra travel stuff, it's not a lot to work with, man. And like I wonder, and I'm being serious, like. It's got to be so tough on the body, man. Like, I mean, you got to man up to get to a race. Like, it can't be easy.
No, it's not easy. I mean, I've raced as well. I raced with Eric Solizano in the Baja 500, and I plan to race more in the future. And yeah, but it's fun. You know, you get going, your adrenaline's going, and you have so much fun. Like, it's different than a trophy truck. You know, when you drive a trophy truck, you just go. You're just full throttle go, and you go over everything.
Yeah.
In a Class 11, you have to drive. You have to pay attention. You have to be there, present. You can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to keep going.
You got to be in the moment.
100%. And you have to be able to react to that moment very quickly, because, you know, you react the wrong way, that car is going to end up upside down, or, you know, you're going to blow a tire, and you're going to be stuck there or have to figure it out, and then that time's going to cost you.
Right.
But, you know, in a trophy truck, it's a lot easier. Like, a lot of these classes, they have it easy. It's like, I'd love to see some of those guys man up and jump into class 11. Like, let's you know, turn the tables. Yeah. Let's toss the class 11 drivers in a trophy truck and toss the trophy truck drivers in class 11.
Did they try to do that as part of the movie?
No, I haven't.
That's a rad idea.
It was something that I always, you know, kind of laughed about and never really verbalized until right now.
Yeah.
We're staring at trucks, and I was like, I'd like to see that.
That's an awesome idea. Yeah, there's got to be someone out there to be willing to do that.
You know, I was just in Texas shooting with Jesse James, who does drive a trophy truck, and he just built pretty much a pre-runner class 11.
Yeah.
And we went out and took that thing for a spin, and you know, he was thinking about racing it before. I'm not so sure he is now. You know, it's one of those things where once you get used to that comfort and that, you know, those 40-inch tires, it's hard to go back, but you should.
Right.
You know, I think all these guys, like, you know, driving these, go see what it started as, you know?
I'm curious. I would like to actually drive one to see. I've never been in one. I started racing in Baja years ago on an ATV, and then I pretty quickly, working with Robbie Gordon and stuff, had the ability to go into some much bigger and faster shit. And you know, and then getting into the UTVs, which, you know, the UTV set up properly is pretty smooth as well.
Oh yeah,
I would love to be. I'd love to experience
like,
being
you know,
in one
I
of
love
the
playing
bugs.
golf. I love, you know, hitting some balls. But no, I mean, they're different beasts. You know, those are fun for the weekend. The UTVs are something that's accessible for everyone.
Right.
But when you're talking about like a Volkswagen, a Baja Bug, something like that, it's a different beast. You know, you have a much better appreciation for it and what these guys do and what the guys in the past did. You know, like people like Vic Wilson and Ted Mangels who pioneered this in the beginning, what they went through. You know, they navigated this whole thing with pretty much a gas station map drawn on a Sharpie.
Right, yeah.
You know, no radio.
That's rad.
They carried their gas with them, and
when men were men.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to do that now.
Right.
You know, I'd love to actually Ironman the 1,000 in a class 11.
Yeah.
And do it without a GPS.
Yeah.
Do it just a map. Like, why not?
Right.
They did it then. Why can't we do it now?
Yeah. No, there's no reason really. It can happen.
Yeah. Year after next, that's kind of my plan, is to do that.
Right on. So the Baja Bug, the movie, when's this coming out?
So the world premiere is going to be October at the Newport Beach Film Festival.
Oh, awesome.
So where they're going to give us a big theater where we can have a whole bunch of cars out in the parking lot and do a big show of it. So that'll be a lot of fun. So everybody should come on out. If you don't follow us already, follow us on Instagram at the Baja Bug Movie. You can watch the trailer at thebahabugmovie.com and grab a shirt or anything else while you're on there.
Right on. So I want to ask you this, because I honestly don't know the answer. We just met earlier on today. Have you been involved in other documentaries before?
I have.
Okay.
So this would be my 4th feature-length documentary that I've directed.
Okay.
A lot of the stuff I've directed other than that were like short-form stuff or commercials. Came from the commercial world a lot, so I directed a lot of commercials as well. Funny, I used to work with Reese Millen when he did precision driving commercials. So I haven't seen him around here, but I know he's here. I was like,
he's here. Yep.
I saw the name. I was like, that's funny.
Right
we worked on like Lexus commercials and stuff back in the day, and so I have a history of that, and I come from that world, but you know, the off-road world's a new world to me. Since I've started with this project, and it's great, and I love it. And, you know, I've always been a fan of cars, and I always loved driving, and I, you know, raced a little bit as a kid, and just, they're fun.
Right on.
And there's nothing more fun than something so simple as a Baja Bug, you know?
I tell you what, guys, if you want to check out a very cool movie done by a professional man that's been around for quite a while, you want to check out Michael Squire's new movie right here. It's the Baja Bug movie. Check it out. It's going to be at the Newport Beach Film Festival coming up in October. And you can be able to check it out on his website as well, www.thebahabugmovie.com, and you get all the information there, and of course on Instagram as well. I just started following him a couple minutes ago. Michael, thank you so much, brother.
There's also going to be a little sneak peek at the MP Open House in June 18th. So if you guys want to come out to there, we'll have a little sneak peek there.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, of course.
Bumping butts. All right. That's a good one. All right, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in, listening to this. We got some more yet to come here around the corner. But in the meantime, we got some other stuff coming up. We'll be back with you in just a little bit.
Thank you, Sean. That's amazing. Remember, this race is far fun to live in the adventure of Baja, and the most important, honoring the best and forging the future. Welcome to 2022 YOKOHAMA Norra Mexican 1000, the happiest race on earth.
Yeah, Genesis, we see about the Baja Bug. and we're going to talk in Spanish about that project. Estaba hablando Chan Cervini con este joven que va a correr esta Norra Mexican 1000 con nosotros en la clase 11 y tiene un proyecto, un documental denominado Baja Bug que va a salir en octubre próximo. Así que es muy importante ver todo este tipo de difusiones del deporte, cómo se ha ido llevando un poquito más a la pantalla grande. Ya tuvimos Dash to Glory 1 y 2 con Score International, también viene este proyecto de Baja Bug. Ya hay diferentes proyectos que están cocinando muy importantes para difundir y que el off-road y Baja California llegue a más rincones del planeta, que mucha gente ya conoce de estos lugares, pero hay que seguir llegando, tocando más puertas para que más personas puedan seguir viniendo, disfrutar no solamente de las carreras, sino de toda una península mágica como lo es Baja California. Y también hay que agradecer a los gobiernos de Baja California, California Sur, que están apoyando y apostándole fuerte a NORA en este año con este evento de la Mexican 1000, aportando también muchos elementos de seguridad desde la salida aquí en Ensenada, San Felipe, Valle de Los Ángeles, también Loreto, La Paz, por supuesto, Guerrero Negro y San José del Cabo. Es un trabajo, una logística muy importante que se lleva a cabo un año antes, Génesis, por parte de Liceo García, Mike Pearlman, su hijo Casey Pearlman, también con Alejandro Soltero, con Pepe Guiza, toda la gente que está trabajando, y va a haber muchos voluntarios de NORA. A todos ellos hay que darles las gracias porque van a ser parte de este evento, ya sea como staff, atendiendo a los corredores, también en la cuestión de la comida, las bebidas, y sobre todo también siendo las barredoras con Valerie Douglas y más personas que vienen a Estados Unidos en la ruta. Antes de que termine la carrera, estas barredoras van a ir por la pista y van a estar esperando que no quede ningún carro o moto al final, también por cuestiones de seguridad.
Eso es sumamente importante también. Muchísimas gracias a las personas dueños de todos los ejidos que han abierto sus puertas a sus propiedades para que pueda conducirse por ahí la ruta de la NORA, a todas las propiedades privadas, empresarios que hacen posible que esto se siga transmitiendo año tras año. De igual manera, un saludo muy emotivo a todo el equipo de producción detrás de este live stream. No nada más somos nosotros dos, la verdad, hay un ejército de personas que están trabajando todos los días desde muy temprano y a veces sin dormir para traerle lo mejor, las mejores imágenes. Pero el día de hoy tenemos una premiere, lo que vendría siendo the premiere of the official song of 2022 Yokohama Norra Mexican 1000. We can hear
We're
one.
gonna hear that.
miles de millas, mi sueño lograr. Debo de llegar, que no te sorprenda. Camino, destino, mi vida leyenda. No importa camino, yo sigo la senda. Mi músculo corre la brecha, haciendo destino a todo vapor. Altero el sonido, ruido del motor. Sigo cruzando de talla desierto, haciendo mi vida, viviendo de gesto. Fuera de borda, apuntale que es cierto. Los veteranos están de regreso. Se ven volvaderas, grita la afición. Los autos volando, causando emoción. Sigo de frente, ya sabes quién soy. Win of the team, let's roll the show. Pasado, y aún así la travesía es bella. Mirando el horizonte voy camino a las estrellas. Cruzando arroyos, ahora dime qué me frena. Viejos amigos me acompañan en la polvadera. Camino sobre baja, partiendo nuevos rumbos. En mi arenero vamos recorriendo todo el mundo, recordando hazañas, cruzando las montañas. He perdido la cuenta, pero la travesía es larga. Tantos equipos se han sumado a este evento. haciendo leyenda, recordando sentimientos. Así en la polvadera, hey amigo, ya volvimos. Las leyendas van de nuevo, cruzando todo camino. A cientos de millas, fuera de pavimento. De nuevo ya volvimos, los reyes de este desierto. Seguimos en la cuenta Mexican 1000 de regreso, armando buen refuego como fue desde comienzos.
Cruzaré el desierto y llegaré a la meta. Cruzaré el camino que mi alma despierta. Me mantendré atento al rugir de motores, pues por lo alto vengo a ser leyenda.
Thank you very much for watching. This is amazing to remember all the best moments of the past edition of NORA and honoring the present, honoring the past, and forging the future.
Yeah, for sure, Genesis. Great sound from NC Ryder and Chris Saab from, I think, La Paz, Baja California South. I love the music. I love the video. Yeah. Another great video from Gabriel Carrillo. He's part of the NORA staff. And also we see Eliseo Garcia and Alejandro Soltero in that video inside from the UTV of official from NORA. And you can watch this video in the, I think, in YouTube. It's going to be available, right? And very, very soon you can check in the official NORA channel in YouTube. And also you can repeat this video in this transmission. And I like these Mexican singers, both guys. And it's part of the Mexican culture in the off-road in Baja California South. You can see corridos, Mexican sounds about racing, about racers, and now this Mexican 1000. We're gonna go the country road with Kevin and Chance Hermini. Hi guys.
Hi guys. Hi guys.
Kevin, Chan, can I hear you?
It's amazing. Look at
more people coming to this road today.
Families, entire families.
Yeah, and the weather is fresh today. It's good with sun, but the wind is fresh, and I think tomorrow is going to be the same thing from the start of the race in the Boulevard Costero, Genesis.
The first light of the sun at 6 a.m. start with the bikes.
Yeah.
7 a.m. is the safaris, and 9:30 to the cars.
Hey, Kevin Chung, can you hear us, guys? What is happening?
Okay.
Okay,
we can
wait.
Read some of your comments. Ramón E. Macías, saludos desde Compton, Paramount, Los Ángeles, California. ¡Viva la Baja! Yeah, ¡viva la Baja!
Gracias.
Baja. Ok, Axel Said, ¿a qué hora se acaba la revisión? A las 6 de la tarde. A las 6 de la tarde se acaba la revisión y empezamos a transmitir lo que es la junta de pilotos. Aquí nos puedes ver a nosotros. Beltrán Mayrán está viendo este video. Lisette Márquez, qué fregón, chamacos. Muchísimas gracias. Seguimos trabajando para ustedes.
Así es que pues estamos viendo ahí el carro de Mark McMillan, que es un carro clásico, y enfrente un clase 7 stock de Brand Anderson, que va a estar también compitiendo en este rally de NORA que mañana arranca. Recuerden, va a ser muy importante que se vayan con tiempo a la ruta. Si la van a ver en terracería, tomen sus precauciones. Mañana hay varios eventos en Ensenada, rumbo entre Ensenada y Piedras Gordas. Hay carreras ciclistas, hay carreras atléticas y seguramente va a haber mucho tráfico en la carretera. Así que, por favor, tomen mucho tiempo para llegar al punto donde quieren ir. Va a haber lugares que se van a cerrar en cierto momento porque ya van a estar cerca de arrancar los carros, como es elegido Piedras Gordas. Así que váyanse al menos 1 hora y media antes de que vaya a arrancar aquí en Ensenada la carrera, para que puedan llegar con tiempo, puedan ubicarse y sobre todo no se metan en la pista.
Cuiden todas las medidas de seguridad, a los niños, a las personas mayores, por favor, aléjenlas de la pista, no queremos que haya ningún accidente. Esto se trata de divertirse, de vivir la experiencia de la baja, pero no queremos un mal recuerdo. Así que por favor, cuiden todos su seguridad, tomen las precauciones necesarias, manténganse alejados de la pista. La selfie puede esperar, de hecho, ahorita la revisión es para esto, la carrera es para disfrutarla en familia y pues ahora sí que sin accidentes podemos disfrutarla muchísimo más.
Así es, Génesis, y también aparte de eso, recojan su basura, no dejen basura en nuestra bella Baja California. Es muy triste a veces ir y ver en el desierto, en las playas, en las montañas o en el valle, cómo hay mucha basura. Eso no lo podemos seguir permitiendo, hay que limpiar, por favor, hay que dejar ningún rastro. Nosotros, si van a encender fogatas, si van a ir a algún punto muy temprano, cerciónense de apagarlas, por favor, ya que es muy importante cuidar la ecología, nuestra madre naturaleza en Baja California. Y como bien lo comenta Génesis, por favor, no se pongan cerca de la pista, nunca en una curva por fuera, eso es un error. No se tomen selfies, hemos visto muchas veces en otros eventos gente que con tal de capturar un momento mágico, pues se arriesga en una forma innecesaria. Si llevan niños, tengan siempre un ojo en ellos, claro, que se diviertan. Uno también fue niño, me llevaba mi abuelo, mis tíos a ver las carreras, Génesis, pero siempre bien alejados y me dejaron una parte cuidándome. Ellos también, las nuevas generaciones, van a disfrutar esto, pero con seguridad, por favor.
Thank you very much. Our prime sponsor, Yokohama, make every drive a performance. Yokohama tires, Method race wheels for all off-road and rally application like Baja Bugs, trophy trucks, short course trucks, jeeps, SUVs, and UTVs. And Bilstein, performance defines your lifestyle and your vehicle is an expression of that. Please follow us and subscribe on Facebook NORA fan page or YouTube channel NORA Official to get all the news, all the information, the interviews, the past edition, the song, the official song of NORA 2022 Yokohama Norra Mexican 1000, celebrating over a decade of Baja racing, the happiest race on earth.
Yeah, for sure, Genesis. We are watching in the live screen the Class 1 from Morgan Langren Golf Racing. Number 150. He's going to try to win this race in memory of his father, John. He passed away the last year in the Ensenada San Felipe 250 record off-road series. He was one top celebrity in this sport. He was the creator from the famous TV show Cubs. It's a part of the culture from America and the US state. Yeah. And we are feeling so bad about that. John loved this race in NORA. He raced a lot of times in his trophy truck spec, in his trophy truck with his son Zach, or like he say in Spanish, Zacarias, and with Morgan or Morgano, he said that in Spanish. He speaks a great Spanish, John. He was a friend of mine, and we are right now with Kevin Johnson with
Hi, Kevin.
Cubs Racing Team.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna watch this interview. We have problems with the audio with Kevin Johnson.
This is a live transmission. We have a lot of things like
to
that.
race this happiest race of the year. It makes us, just get out and enjoy what we love, and that's Baja.
And Julie, what it's like for you, because we're back to a full Baja run, and I know you pretty much handle the logistics, right?
That's correct. I handle the logistics. This year we have 2 cars racing, and so I had to book for each of the nights. We have 12 rooms at each of the locations, except for Bay of LA, because there are no hotels there. And so it's quite a lot of paperwork each month, trying to make sure everything's lined up. You normally have to book them out at least a year in advance, and play the game of hoping that you got the right date, and thankfully they all worked out.
Yeah, that's great. And Mike, with that being said, what it's like to be at Tech again with a full crowd and fans?
Oh, it's so awesome, man. I'm so tired of the mask thing, and I mean, this is our family. We come here to enjoy the people and the crowd. I mean, that's just what we do, and it makes the race,
Yeah, and also with this, now you guys remember the Cops Racing Team, and there's a couple special things going on. Why don't we touch on that, Mike, and let the folks know about a special truck that's in this event?
Yeah, so we decided we're going to race the spec truck that we won the Baja 2017 Baja 1000, Mr. Langley, Steve Hengeveld, and Cash Vessels. We won the Baja 1000 in 2017, so it was very special for us. And Mr. Langley's passing, and we thought for sure this would be the one to bring it back. Just something to be excited about, and we miss the guy. And we're just it's kind of tough situation.
Yeah, I know how much you love them, and I don't want it's hard to bring that memory up.
But I mean, this is what he wants us to do. He wants us to be here. He wants to continue on what he built, and that's why we're here.
And which is wonderful. And the Cops is such a beloved team throughout Baja, and for all the things they do, you know, even like putting on Caesar's race over there in San Felipe, and just all the way down the peninsula. But now let's back to you a little bit here. You're driving in a Class 1 this race. Why don't we talk about that?
You know what? Morgan's been teasing me for quite a while. I'm going to let you drive. I'm going to let you drive. I'm like, man, don't tease me, man. So I got to test the car, and he's going to let me do maybe a leg or two. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But if he's doing good, he's going to continue on. So that's just our deal. So.
Well, you totally have the experience, and if something breaks, you can probably fix it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we can. Yeah, that's for sure. So yeah, we're just happy to be back. It's been too long, and we love Baja, and it's so exciting just to cross the border and cut loose, you know. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you guys for having us.
It's great, and with this race, NORA's put together a pretty interesting course. A bunch of roads they say have never been raced on before. I was talking with Jesse Jones and Ed Herbst earlier, and I said, there's probably no roads you don't know. They're like, yeah, there's probably a few we haven't raced on. So
that's exciting. That's exciting. Yeah, that's for sure. Well, that's awesome. I mean, we can't wait till tomorrow when the flag drops and we get to smile all the way down to Cabo.
So let's let the folks at home know who's behind the wheels of each car.
Zach Langley will be driving the spec truck, which will be the 250, and Morgan Langley will be driving the 150. And we're just going to see how it goes. I'm there to help him out if he needs help. If not, he's going to stay in the car. So that's it. Oh, and Steve Hengeville will be a backup driver for Zach Langley.
Oh, good. I thought I saw Steve earlier, so yeah, very good. You guys have enough experience behind those wheels. You should be just fine.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's for sure. It's like a kind of like a I don't know, go-kart track or something. They're good.
Well, Julie and Mike, we wish you the best of luck. We hope to see you at the end every day of this race, all the way down till we get to San Jose del Cabo and see you guys dancing on the podium.
Exactly. That's what we're here for.
Julie Meehan, Mike Meehan, the Cops Racing team. We'll be back in a few minutes. Sean Sermina's going to come up and have a few more interviews for you. We'll be back right after this.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Thanks, guys.
Welcome back, Sean Sermon here, and we are still live at the 2022 Yokohama Norra Mexican 1000, brought to you by Method Race Wheels. They're lighter, they're stronger, they're faster, and here we are at the Bilstein Tech inspection area. I got two VIPs and great friends of mine. This guy right here, it's T-Rod, Tim Rodriguez. We're going to get in that in a minute. Over here, he needs no introduction. My man, the young Gordon right here, Max Gordon. And so very exciting stuff going on here. We're going to start off with you, Max. So obviously the legacy of the Gordon family, racing in Baja and off-road and motorsports in general is huge. And you've done so well so far in your very early career right now. Right now it seems as though you know the sky's the limit for you. But you're doing something different this weekend. You're actually down here racing in your grandfather's buggy, along with Ryan Arciero, another big name, and his father and stuff. You've got to be very excited to be down here doing that.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just it's a honor to drive the car from what they've been doing with it. You know, Ryan and his dad have been doing the NORA since they started, I think, and now to drive the car with Ryan and Butch will be awesome.
Right on. So that being said, you know, and I know it's funny, yesterday I was talking to Ryan, and I asked him off camera, you know, we were talking about, I said, you know what, this race is different than a lot of others because this one's, you know, it's more fun. And Ryan says, he's like, yeah, unless you're us and you ruin it because you just want to win so bad. So I got the same response as you just had, Tim.
Yeah, exactly. You know, We're down here having fun.
Right on. And speaking of having fun, you hear the horns honk in the back. We got two guys out here that are racing Vespas. When I say Vespas, I mean talking Vespa scooters out here. So I mean, I'd rather be the guy in the three-wheeler, to be honest with you right now. That's a long ride on these Vespas. So anyways, Max, tell me a little bit about what's been going on with your career outside of NORA. You just had a big victory in Long Beach and Stadium Super Trucks. That had to feel really good, beating some really fast guys there, like your father, Robbie, and Matt Brabham, and different guys that are very talented. What else has been going on with your career? I know you're doing some open wheel stuff as well.
Yeah, a lot of desert with the UTVs right now, but you know, hopefully we can get to doing more open wheel stuff with like the F4 kind of things. But other than that, SST is main and off-road right now.
Right on, man, and you got to be excited about it. The good thing is, actually, Mark Post and I had a little conversation about you only about an hour ago, and obviously, you know, he's watched you grow up since you were just a baby, as I think we all kind of have, and the great thing is that, you know, having your dad behind you and a great family friend like Tim here and stuff, you guys got so much support. Everyone wants to see you succeed. The technology's there. Your dad, there's two things your father's good at: it's driving race cars and building things, being an engineer and racing. And you're going down that same path right now. So the future is very exciting for you, man. You got to be pretty pumped.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a great ride to whatever we're going next. Yeah, it should be fun.
I love that. Wherever we're going next, man. And T-Rod, just touch base on you. So hey, you're gonna be in the car this weekend. Is that true?
Navigating for Max.
Okay, so every time Max is in the car, you're going to be his navigator. Is that true?
Yeah, that's what the plan is for right now. Yeah.
Max, does he know where he's going?
Yeah, he's been down to Baja a couple times.
Actually did some navigating for his grandpa, which car that we're racing this week. So it's going to be fun.
Right on. Right on. And so that let me ask you, just everything you watched, you know, through the Gordon family and everything, what's it been like for you watching Max grow up and become the young man he is now?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, you know, he's obviously started, you know, ripping around on bikes and scooters, and then, you know, he started getting into the motorized stuff and the go-karts and whatever else we could put him in. Those his dad built carts for him, and, you know, it's just like, yeah, he has it. He knows what's going on right now.
Yeah, he's a wheel man.
Yeah, total wheel man.
Right on. All right, guys, so Max Gordon, Tim Rodriguez here, and we got a lot left to come yet. We're going to be shutting things down here from Tech Inspection, from Bilstein Tech Inspection. 5 days of racing coming up tomorrow. You're going to see Kevin Johnson live on the start line. You'll catch me down in San Felipe. I'm going to fly on down there. So we'll be heading out to the studio right now. Back to you guys. I'll see you tomorrow at the finish. All right.
Thank you guys for watching. This is gonna be our goodbye.
Yeah, for this
for a little for a short moment.
Yeah,
because we come back at the
drivers meeting today at 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Please follow us, like and subscribe on our Facebook fan page and our YouTube channel at NORA Official to get all the news, the interviews, the past edition of course, at 6 p.m. the drivers meeting.
Yeah, we want to be there in the drivers meeting in the Riviera Open Theater with all the great celebrities and also the star from this Norra Mexican 1000 brought to you by Yokohama Tire, Bilstein, Macmillan Racing, and Mater Race Wheel. So see you this afternoon in the drivers meeting. We'll have a great show, Genesis.
Thank you very much for Yokohama to make every drive a performance. Yokohama Tires. This was 2022 Yokohama Norra Mexican 1000, the happiest race on earth. See you later.
See you later, buddies.
Steel-It polyurethane coating has become the choice of leading off-road builders and race teams who recognize the coating's superior performance, protecting suspensions, chassis, and other metal parts that require a proven durable shield against corrosion. Steel-It's weldability is a signature benefit that saves racing teams hours of repair time. Steel-It provides remarkable performance, making it easier to get back out onto the race course. Use Steel-It to protect your investment.
PCI Race Radios, the leader in off-road communications since 1972. Our equipment was developed for racing in Baja, perfected for enjoying the weekend with family and friends. Stay in touch with our track stereo intercoms, two-way radios, satellite communications, helmets and headsets. Find new adventures with GPS. Breathe clean air with Race Air Fresh Air systems. PCI has the highest quality communications, navigation, and safety equipment, backed by the best support in the industry. Find us at hundreds of events each year, supporting our equipment on site and providing the PCI Weatherman Relay. See you in the desert.
Hey, I'm Matthew from Rally Moto Shop. RMS is the world's largest supplier of equipment for rally racing. Whether it's your very first road book or the podium at Dakar, we have the experience, knowledge, and service to help you build your dream bike and live all your desert adventures. We're very excited to be part of this year's NORA Mexican 1000. We wish all the competitors a fun, fast, safe adventure. See you on the start line.
Palapa Boy Racing about 28 or 29 years ago. Every year I would redo my Palapa in the backyard. And people that don't know, Palapa is the thatched roof from Baja, Mexico and Hawaii. And every year I would redo my Palapa in my backyard. And my buddy Tony Hensley said, "What, do you think you're some sort of Palapa boy?" I'm a truck hoarder by nature. I have quite a few old vintage trucks, and this truck was gonna beat Ivan and change the world in off-road racing. Well, it used to be all-wheel drive. Bill Savage and T-Mag built it, and it was just way ahead of its time. It had so many moving parts, and it was too trick. This is the truck that BFG designed the 37-inch tire around. 30 years ago, this is its 30th anniversary, and this is the Nissan truck that was gonna change off-road racing. In my opinion, they rushed it, did a little too much, a little too early. It had 3 CV joints per wheel in the front. With the all-wheel drive, it had 4 or 5 CV joints coming from the rear end to the front end. There was too many parts. Sly has been the motor builder forever, and he's the one that built the motor back then, and he's the one that did the motor for me. He owned it for a couple of years. I bought it so that I could have Spencer Lowe drive it and go for the overall of NORA. Since then, he's passed away, and you know, it's pretty much, this is for Spencer. So we're gonna give it hell. Steel It's been in our family since the day one of Steel It. We've used Steel It exclusively. Our chassis and our suspension components are 100% Steel It. The powder coating's great. Steel It is way above. To be able to use Steel It, and when you get back, wipe it down, and if it's torn up a little bit, you can spray a little bit over the top of it. Or if you have serious damage, a little bit of sandblasting in the sandblast cabinet, crack checking it, spray a little Steel It over the top, and it is better than new. This is a 30-year-old truck, and you can't tell that it's 30 years old. Steel It's the way to go. We try to do a new truck every year, or until we win. In the Palapa Boy family, now we have 16 vintage trucks, everything from Ivan Stewart's original Toyota. We have so many great vintage vehicles. To take these old vintage vehicles and be able to showcase them with the workmanship, to cover them up with powder coating and liquid paint, to me isn't right. You gotta show the metal. Steel It shows the metal. And it's so easy to clean.
Encontrar. Al iniciar cada día un chispazo de energía para arrancar la carrera por tus sueños. Aprovechar. De la brisa del mar y el sonido de las olas en una ciudad mágica. Sentir. El viento en el rostro como el recordatorio constante del camino recorrido y las pruebas superadas. Disfrutar. Del trayecto, viendo cada tarea, cada proyecto como un reto a vencer en búsqueda de tus objetivos. Valorar el apoyo de tu familia y seres queridos, aquellas personas que te acompañan y apoyan en tu camino. Comprometer el tiempo, energía y dedicación en tu proceso de aprendizaje. Los pretextos sobran cuando el objetivo es claro. Trabajar. Cada paso requiere de tu esfuerzo, ya sea de forma individual o en equipo. Tu trabajo constituye la piedra angular en la construcción de tus metas. Soñar. Que cada paso que das hoy trazará el camino. Atrévete a hacer más de lo que un día imaginaste. ¿Tienes el coraje de alcanzar tus sueños? UNIENS, Universidad de Ensenada, la universidad de casa. Cumple tus metas, mejora tu futuro.